Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Real Talk. It's happening. Oh my God, it's happening. I know it's been a minute, but I have to say, I have to admit that this episode is as much of a surprise for me as it is for you guys, probably, because I had not planned it at all. It just happened out of the blue, and for that, full credit to Karma. So before we get into the episode, I quickly want to tell you guys a little BTS info on how it actually happened. I was in Bombay, in India, and a couple of days before I was supposed to fly out, I get a message and Karma was like, "Hey, I see you in Bombay, and our conversation has been pending for a while. We were supposed to have it back earlier in the year. So let's have it now." And I was like, "But I'm leaving in 2 days." And my first instinct was, "Oh my God, I can't do it," because I really genuinely like to prep well before any podcast session. Because then I feel like I can do justice to the artist and their art, right? So I was like, I don't have time to prep. So my first instinct was to say no. And of course, then I didn't have a studio, like a crew, camera setup, nothing, right? मेरे पास कुछ नहीं था. So Karma very sweetly was like, "I'll take care of all of that if you agree." So finally, what I did was open my laptop. I went back to the document I had started preparing March में, and I usko dekha, and I was like, "Oh, this is more than 10 pages of notes." So I was like, "Okay, I think I have enough to go on, to build on. And if I get a day and a half of like proper prep time, I can do this." So that's when I told him, "Okay, let's do it." And then full credit to him. He really went all out to one make it up to me for canceling earlier. So yay. And also like he was just the best host, and I just had the best time. It was such a fun experience, and I'm glad we got to do this face to face as opposed to a Zoom call. So yeah, and thank you Lost Films, the crew. They were amazing. My intent, now let's just get into the intent because we have to define that before we do anything. My intent behind doing a session with Karma was to get to know the real Vivek Arora, you know, beyond his rapper persona and all of that, beyond the songs and the things he says in his music. Because I understand, and he's admitted this himself, he's an introvert, and I'm one as well. So I understand the struggles, and I feel like there's a lot you can say and probably want to say that you can't say in your songs. So I wanted his fans and even his non-fans. I mean, I hope they convert to fans by the end of this episode. That's my hope. But I wanted people to really just see Vivek Arora for the person he is. And I wanted to be able to create that sort of comfortable space for him to just chill and chat with me like, you'd catch up with someone, a friend. And that was my only condition. I was like, please make sure the chairs or the sofa or the couch or whatever we are sitting on is comfortable because अगर वो comfortable होगा तो we can just chill and relax. So we achieved that. There are a little shadi wale chairs according to Karma. Lekin I think the vibe was just right, and it was a lot of fun. And I genuinely hope everyone enjoys the conversation. I hope I was able to do justice to it. I hope we are able to see him, for who he is, which is a really genuine, real, warm person. That's my takeaway. And I just have to end this by saying that I don't think I have laughed so much ever in a podcast session. He is genuinely as sarcastic and funny as he is in his song. So I had a blast. Thank you again, Karma. Thank you, Lost Films. Thank you, everyone who was there on set and everyone who helped to make this episode come together. And forgive me if we look jaundiced. I don't understand color correction that well yet, and I've edited it myself. So, agar hum zyada yellow lag rahe, it's not my fault. Just forget about it. So, anyway, let's get right into it. Here it is, Real Talk, episode 5 with Karma. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Real Talk. And जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं मेरे साथ बैठे हैं
Namaste everyone.
विवेक अरोरा, जो कहते हैं मेरा नाम कर्मा है,
Yes.
and I have a lot to say.
Yes, a lot to say.
I hope you have a lot to say today.
I hope, yeah. Depends on the questions. But yeah.
Okay. Well, this conversation has been 2 years in the making. I remember when MYP dropped, there were a lot of requests from you guys to bring Karma on Real Talk, and I reached out to you as well.
Yeah, and then this time I reached out to you.
Yeah.
So like you're in Bombay.
Yeah. So it didn't happen then, but I always say this, that the universe has amazing timing and things happen when they're supposed to happen. And I am in Bombay and he reached out to me, and this is my first podcast in person with someone. So yay! I'm very excited.
Yeah, me too. Let's go.
So yeah, you've had quite the journey since then, since 2021, and congratulations on that journey. I'm sure there have been a lot of learnings.
Yeah.
And बधाई हो आपने नई गाड़ी ली है.
Thank you.
So that's another milestone.
Thank you.
But I want to say that I was actually very excited to talk to you in particular. You know, of all the people whose music I react to and review, because पहले से I saw that documentary of yours, and for me that was a turning point. Because I mean, there's no one else on whom I've seen a documentary like that.
Yeah.
So instantly, I felt that I know you, and you're a very real person, and there's just something very endearing about you. So that Vivek, that karma in that documentary, and the one who's sitting here today, how much do you relate to that karma, and how much of that is not you anymore?
See that documentary, वो documentary एक episode of my life पे है when I lost my father, right? वो तब की documentary, and actually that documentary is a power shift from me being someone. वो documentary वो episode है जहाँ से you know, because that was a time where I was being called out Kalamkaar say, and you know things were going on. So that Vivek is still there. I mean, it's the same guy, but in terms of artistry, I have of course evolved in terms of मैं पुराने गाने अगर अपने सुनता हूँ तो I'm like this pocket, I've missed this pocket.
Okay.
You know, but of course, like you know, time से आप सीखते हो. But as human, I'm the same guy, and I think it's this is the real flex. You stay real. I mean, you meet me after 5 years, I'll be more successful, but I'll be the same guy.
But you'll be the same guy. Nice, nice. And that's what I noticed in that documentary. Like, you're a very real, normal, like, guy next door. And I just loved it. You were sitting and eating. You're always eating, by the way. That's one thing I remember. But I felt like, how is this guy a rapper? Because a rapper's like first thing about a rapper's personality is being braggadocious, right, and flexing. And it just seemed to me like this is not this guy, but he's playing a part because he's chosen this life path and he's chosen this passion for himself. So, like, are you someone who is, you love something, so now you've turned your personality to fit the expectations of the game?
No, actually that's the hack. I don't really try to fit in because I know that that image is already out there. Like somebody's doing that, you know. Somebody's already trying to fit in, and people are actually playing. As an artist, you play a character. आप एक character ही play करते हो. You meet anyone. People जिन लोगों का cult होता है ना, वो लोग उनके fans उनकी गानों से ज़्यादा उनकी story पे आते हैं. You know, that's the cult following because they know, oh, I know this guy. He's like I know ये बात बोलेगा because I know him. But that fact. So having that, and on top of that, I feel that you know, in general, if you, what was the question?
Are you playing a role that's not the real you when?
Yeah. No, so I'll tell you. See, being real is actually बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है in rap. I'm not talking about being an entertainer because when you are an entertainer, you have to entertain people and then you have to do certain things जो शायद आपका mood नहीं है, you know. But when you are actually in this kind of, for me, I started rapping because I wanted to say my thoughts out. This is the sole purpose of it. I never thought like this all is magic. You know, people want to know me and they pay to see me, or you know, it's magic. Because I never I knew that I'm going to make it, but the pace of it is what जो मुझको surprise करते कि okay, it's been like 5 years and people are here in like 15 साल से लोग, and they still try to achieve this in terms of the cred. You know, लोग इज्जत करते हैं. You know, and I feel that this is the reason I don't really play any kind of character. It's just me, and this is actually
you're just you telling your story. That's the intent always has been.
I've been a very introvert kind of guy. So
I'm coming to that.
Class में अगर मुझे पता भी होता था कि you know ये answer है, I was not having that confidence कि मैं बोल दूँ कि okay, I know the answer, because I was a very like पढ़ाई में अच्छा but still like you know.
Same.
You know, like,
Same.
it was like the same kind of guy that, okay, I'm not going to say it because I lack confidence. Like saying present ma'am was a challenge for me, like, oh shit, I have to say this again, you know. So it was like, I don't like to talk much.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I feel like playing a character, you have to break the character. Like, आप कभी ना कभी तो break करते ही हो character, and that's what your fan don't want to see. It's real.
True. And also when I first reached out to you, it was really funny. But he says to me, his reply is, I was like, do you want to do the podcast? I totally get it if you don't. And he says to me, he's like, yeah, let's do it. But I'm a really big introvert. Like these two things came together in one message, and all I saw in that was a guy who really wants to talk, but he's also super like held back. But you want to talk. But you are leaning on the introvert tag as maybe a crutch. Do you think you do that?
No, I think that, see, the reason of less interviews and less live and less social media presence is because anything I want to say, I do it in my songs. If I like you, if I don't like you, anything I've been doing, I will write that instead of going live or posting a story about it. I like that because it's my way. And I'm trying to break that though. I try to talk now because there are so many things I cannot say in a song, but I can say, you know. So it's like it's fun. It's a balance. I'm trying to keep a balance now.
Okay, but that whole introvert bit, like it just feels like, and I think this applies to most of us. We're all longing for connection, but we're also very like averse to a real one. You know,
exactly.
We're very cautious.
Exactly.
So is that you?
Yes. I'm a very cautious one. You have to have that X factor for me to be in your space. Otherwise, there is no point. I'll 100% I'll find an excuse and I'll just go. You'll never catch me.
Like, see you later. Okay, so why are you like? I have to ask this because. You reached out to me like so randomly. It was so out of the blue. I was totally not ready for it. But I want to know why do you feel right now that you're ready to have a conversation now and to sit down and talk to me?
First of all, like, you know, I've seen your videos. So I know that this conversation is going to be logical and real. It's not going to be like, hey, what's up? Like, बताइए मुझे आपका top 5 or it's going to be a real talk, right?
Right.
And on top of that, when you texted me and MYP जब आई थी उस वक्त मैंने उसमें सब कुछ बोल दिया था. And I hate these Zoom वाला. It's not real. It's not a real talk. You should change that.
It can be. Just say. Okay.
Real talk.
You don't prefer it. Okay.
Yeah, I feel that you know when you're in the same space.
Yeah.
You express differently.
I agree.
You know? And that's actually. I was talking to him as well that, you know, if it's a talk show, then talk instead of act. And I know that you will talk.
No.
So, yeah, that's the reason. And then, of course, it was long due as well. And, of course, I've dropped an EP. I had so much to talk to. Of course.
And you've had quite the journey this past year.
Yeah, man.
Very, very, I won't say controversial, very, very eventful.
Very eventful.
Let's say it's eventful.
Yeah.
But you know, the whole idea of having a conversation or having a real conversation, I know I thrive on them. And when I have a really good conversation with anyone, even in like regular life, it makes me actually more probably self-aware. So is there someone in your life that you have these kind of conversations with? Is that your process of, because you're a very self-aware guy, that came across even in the documentary when I first saw it. You were like, if I don't experience bad things in life, what will I write about? That was a very self-aware statement.
And वो मैं आज भी believe करता हूँ. See, as an artist, no, you have to be really emotional.
Yeah.
You know, so मैं अपना हर loss और हर profit बहुत ज़्यादा दिल पे लेता हूँ. I never forget. Sometimes I forgive, but I don't forget. And in terms of like profit as well and loss as well. See, if I'm making a sad song, right, I have to go through that pain.
Yeah.
To transfer that pain, उस गाने में वो दिखना चाहिए उतना दर्द. And you cannot fake it. So you have to go through a lot of. आपको जाना पड़ता है तकलीफों से if you are trying to be real, because in the end ज़िंदगी में तकलीफ़ें हैं. You cannot make a club banger throughout the year, you know, because actually साल में बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं, and then you have to at least address them.
Yeah.
So an artist have to go through it, वो it's magical how I'm able to express my pain into a song, and then you express the same thing, because when I drop, जब मैं दुनिया मक्कार, lessons, काली दुनिया, what's the try?
Lessons.
ये जब गाने ड्रॉप करता हूँ, राइट,
Yeah.
मेरे को वॉइस मैसेज आते हैं रोते हुए ना लोगों के, एंड दैट वो मुझको अमेज करता है, क्योंकि आई फील लाइक हाउ आर दे फीलिंग इट, यू नो, सो इट्स मैजिक. एंड देन वो बहुत ज़्यादा जो आप मेरे से भी बोल रहे हो कि इस साल जो हुआ, इट्स एक्चुअली अ प्रॉफिट, बिकॉज आई हैव सो मच इन मी, द हंगर इज लाइक इनटू 10x, एंड देन I have so much to say and express that of course you will feel it. When an artist जो बोलता है कि यार मेरे को अब सैड सॉन्ग करने हैं, या तो वो इसलिए कर रहा है कि वो देख रहा है मार्केट में चल रहा है, यू नो, कि चलो मार्केट में चल रहा है तो ये करके देखते हैं. इधर एवरी टाइम वो पेन उठा रहा है तो उससे सैड चीज़ें ही बाहर आ रही हैं. अंडरस्टैंड? सो देयर वाज अ फेज इन माय लाइफ वेयर जब भी मैं लिख रहा था, सो इट वाज जस्ट the things which does not make sense sometime, you know, but then you have to portray it in a way, because I know that some people rely on artists like us.
They do.
Yeah.
They can express through you and through your
100%,
art. They feel
100%,
validated.
yeah.
But so it's very interesting to me that you say you have to live through it. A lot of people try and escape those down phases of their life, right? And what they don't understand is those are, you have to live through those, because they are actually the most transformative phases of your life. And
110%.
Right.
Like अगर आप, जैसे आपने बोला कि डॉक्यूमेंट्री वाला वर्जन ऑफ मी, पिछले साल से मैं बहुत ज़्यादा चेंज हो गया हूँ in terms of choice making and in terms of in like day-to-day life as well. Why? Because I've lived through it and I don't escape it in sense of कि जी आपने शराब पी ली या आपने कुछ कर लिया या आप चले गए. नो, आई लिव अलोन, एंड मतलब कि मैं अकेले रह के उसको ऑब्जर्व करता हूँ, देखता हूँ, गेस करता हूँ महीनों तक कि ओके दिस हैपेंड, कुड हैव बीन बेटर और वर्स, क्या हो सकता था, एंड देन यू लिव थ्रू इट, एंड देन इवेंचुअली आप ज़्यादा अवेयर बनते हो, यू नो, एंड देन यू टॉक अबाउट इट, एंड देन एज अ राइटर व्हेन यू राइट अबाउट इट, इट्स डन, इट्स अ थेरेपी फॉर राइटर्स, यू नो. When you are able to write your things out, when you write it down, आपने एक बार लिख दिया, so वो आपकी थेरेपी हो गई यार, आपने वो चीज़ आपको बॉदर शायद ही करे, you know. There's a reason.
And that's why I remember now, because I heard you talking about the song Believe, and you said कि मैंने वो बनाया, I heard it, I cried, and then I never listened to it again, but it helped me deal.
Yes, and still I haven't heard it. मैं उसे कहीं परफॉर्म नहीं करता, किसी को सुनाता भी नहीं हूँ. If somebody, क्योंकि it's a heavy topic and it's like आपको बहुत ज़्यादा you have to go through that, you know, and then there are songs like that who I make, जो मैं सिर्फ अपने लिए बनाता हूँ, you know. आपको पता होना चाहिए कि एक बिलीव जैसा गाना से ऑडियंस रिलेट नहीं करेगी जिसने वो लॉस नहीं देखा, you know, so you cannot expect कि okay if मैं इस पे इतनी मेहनत कर रहा हूँ तो इसको इतने नंबर्स आने चाहिए. दिस इज जस्ट कि मेरा पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आपने बाहर रखा, एंड यू हैव टू बी, आपको सेल्फ अवेयर होना चाहिए इन टर्म्स ऑफ आर्टिस्ट्री कि भैया ये गाना जो है ये सबके लिए नहीं है, एंड दिस इज फॉर एवरीवन, एंड यू मार्केट दैट अकॉर्डिंगली एज वेल.
So I was watching, it's very interesting, I want to know your point of view on this. I was watching Kid Cudi's interview, and he said that sometimes when I'm just sitting and writing, and I'll start writing on a topic, like he wrote about losing his father, he wrote about being lonely or being depressed, and he was like, I didn't realize these were issues for me until I actually wrote those songs. So for him it was like the awareness was coming while he was trying to create, but for you it sounds like you are aware that you want to talk about it and it is going to be your therapy, and then with that intent of it being a therapy type of you know process, you do that. So
I feel that, you know, these kind of songs actually जितना fans को help करते हैं ना, because आपको पता भी नहीं है same चीज़ कितनों के साथ हो रही है, and then you cannot connect with them on a level कि आप उनको सिर्फ एक banger track दे रहे हो and they are bumping your song क्योंकि वो आपके fan हैं. आप की जिम्मेदारी भी है कि you make them feel कि okay, I am also here to share this with you. And I went through this. It's a fact, right? परसों की बात है. So somebody got my number and परसों नहीं, 4 दिन पहले की बात है. That somebody got my number of वो उसने मेरे को टेक्स्ट किया कि भैया मैं आपके शो पे आया था, आप मुझसे नहीं मिले and all of that. तो मैंने उसको बोल दिया था कि यार अगली बार जब होगा ना तो मैं तेरे को बैक स्टेज बुलाऊंगा पक्का. राइट. सो मैं अभिषेक मेरा छोटा भाई है एंड देन आप पूछ रही थी ना आप किससे बात करते हो. अभी आई टेक एडवाइस फ्रॉम मेरा छोटा भाई. ही इज लाइक 5 years younger than me and he have a different perspective of everything. He sees things very differently. So I talk to him like 2 घंटे 3 घंटे about what should be next. So कई बार ऐसा होता है कि वो मेरे को बताता है कि करना है या नहीं करना है. Sometimes he's wrong. Most of the time he's wrong. But sometimes he's actually right.
But he's your sparring board.
Yeah.
He's the one you have those conversations
Because
with.
कोई बड़ा भाई नहीं है, फादर साहब भी नहीं है, तो एटलीस्ट यू नीड वन समवन टू कि मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ, बता ये गलत है या सही है. बिकॉज एट दिस स्टेज कर्मा इज राइट. Karma is always right. What? The people meet me and they're like, भाई सही बोल रहे हो यार. Of course, bro, do it, man. So there is no.
What do you mean by that? Like, are you being cocky or like?
Yeah, I am because people come to me. अगर मैं किसी से बोलूँ कि यार मुझे ये करना है या ये गाना कैसा है, अरे क्या गाना है bro, let's not do it. Like क्या बात है? But then you need someone in your life जो बोले कि अच्छा है, but don't you think redo this?
Okay.
And
got it.
Not about that part, about brands, what to choose, what not to choose. He helps me.
Okay.
But yeah, coming back to that, there is a same guy texted me saying that he was calling me बहुत ज़्यादा. तो मैं ना फोन साइलेंट कर दिया because मैं उससे एक बार बात कर चुका था कि ब्रो अपना ख्याल रखो और मेरा नंबर जहाँ से मिला है बांटना मत. ये 3रा नंबर है इस साल में, ऐसा ऐसा सीन है, मत करना आप. एंड आई विल meet you.
Yeah, I'll see you.
But then he kept calling me. एक दिन kept calling me. मैच आ रहा था इंडिया. मैं और अभिषेक मैच देख रहे हैं. And then he's calling me. I just put my phone on silent because I thought कि कर रहा होगा यार, whatever. So he texted me saying that I'm gonna end my this thing and I don't wanna thank you for supporting me and you were my idol and shit like that. So I got like paranoid. I'm like, bro, I need to take this call, right? So I had a word with him about the things I'm telling you. I told him the same thing कि bro, this is gonna happen, but you cannot end things like this. I was on a call with him for like 2 घंटे तो रहा होगा and in the end मैंने छोड़ा ही नहीं जब तक उसने ये नहीं बोला कि भाई thank you bro, I understand. उस दिन मुझे समझ में and it's the same problem people go through. कि यार for example I need to make a name of me, है ना, मुझे अपना नाम बनाना है, या फिर I had a bad breakup or I had मेरी पेरेंट्स से मेरा दिमाग नहीं मिलता. So I just want to say that उसको ही मैंने ये बोला कि भाई किसी का भी नहीं मिलता and it's life, you have to fucking make your way through. You cannot just, he's like आपको देखा आप कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँचे. Because मैंने उसको ये बोला कि मैं किसी को फ़ोन करके ये नहीं बोल रहा था कि भाई thank you for supporting me, but I'm just not gonna live this life and all of that. So you need to really talk to your friends. Sometime अब वो तो एक rare chance है, but in order to do that you have to make these songs like Duniya Makar, songs like Believe. There is one more coming. Yeah, that's the darkest.
My God. And honestly, when fans relate to you so much because of songs like this, then I feel like they also have this preconceived notion that karma has everything figured out. But the whole, nobody really has anything figured out in life. It's all about the journey, right? So and your circumstance when you lost your father and you became you're the eldest son in the house, you became like the man of the house, and then you chose a path of creativity, which is the most unsure path one can choose. And then you have people who are like, he's got it figured out, but there's a whole artistic spirit over there that's struggling to figure it out probably every day as you go along. Is that?
I feel that this is not even 1% of what can be done in terms of achievement and in terms of artistry as well. I have not figured it out. I'm still here.
That's for your fans to know. They have to know that. part of it.
Yeah. It's just the start, because you know, as you say, अब जैसा आपने बोला कि I've lost my father and I've this that, right? I just see them as lessons, and that was it's very. My father's death was the first death I've seen. So for me it was like, ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? You understand? Because मेरे दादाजी भी थे, मेरे दादाजी भी थे, नानी भी थी, you know, तो मैंने कभी ऐसे in close नहीं देखा था कि okay, people leave. You understand? उसके बाद से people have been leaving. I've lost my best friend, my school best friend, right? And heartbreaks as well. As I told you, ki an artist is very emotional, you know. So it's a toll every time someone it happens. जब भी होता है तो it's a toll on your heart and mind. And then it comes in your artistry. कि okay, now he's gonna talk about this shit. But
I've said that.
I've said that, right? You're like, how long?
I'm always joking.
Milk his
I was
breakup.
like, कितना निचोड़ेगा एक breakup? So I was just kidding, but yeah. Well, because I was wondering वो एक था या कितने थे? I don't know.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
No, but also I want to ask you this, and this is kind of personal. You've said in your songs there are lines like Hanumanji inspired me, and also I want to know, like, do you have that spiritual inclination, and is that something that I'm just trying to understand your inner dialogue, how you conduct it? Like, is there strength you derive from certain things in life?
I have okay, I should not say this, but I'll say this. I have a song coming. It's called So this question will. The answer will be there.
Will be in that song.
Yeah, it's not coming like next, but it's coming really soon, and so it will be there, and let's just do that.
Okay, amazing. So I want to talk about you being from Dehradun, and I feel like you've achieved so much success when you got signed to Kalamkaar. You left, you kind of almost were in Delhi most of the time, right? But you never made that plan to move to Delhi or move to Bombay. You're still in Dehradun, very much it's your base. I feel like you isolate yourself there to create. It's your
110
creative space.
Delhi, Bombay जैसा नहीं है देहरादून. You know, it's so good to be. आप देहरादून रह रहे हो तो आप जन्नत में हो. In terms of लोग भी, even fans ना, वहाँ पे fans नहीं है, वहाँ पे भाई हैं. You know, they don't really. मेरे बर्थडे वाले दिन मैं मॉल रोड पे था और मैं किसी के साथ था. हम लोग पैदल चल रहे थे, राइट? और मुझे याद है कि स्कूटी ऐसे रोक दी एक बंदे ने और मुझे चाबी दी और बोला आप पैदल कैसे चल सकते हो? सो इट्स दैट लव, यू अंडरस्टैंड? इट्स नॉट देयर. ऐसा नहीं है कि वे गाने एंड दे डोंट चार्ज मनी समटाइम. मेरे से पैसा नहीं लेते मैगी पॉइंट्स पे, और ये लाइक अरे कर्मा भाई क्या बात कर रहे हो यार. मैं उसको of course I pay,
brotherhood,
but वो भाईचारा है. and on top of that यार, अगर मेरे जैसा आर्टिस्ट दिल्ली बॉम्बे आके रहेगा ना तो ये शहर सर पे चढ़ेगा. You know, and then it will be easy as well for me. I have to write bumpy tracks on a bumpy beat and that's it. I'm sorted. But it's not why I do this.
Why?
It's like अगर आप दिल्ली बॉम्बे सर पे, क्योंकि मेरे एक टाइम पे I was like come on man. इतना ऐसा हो गया था. I was like कि भाई it's like
that's hilarious what you just did. That body language is hilarious.
It's like this is my attitude कि okay I'm just now what you saying like ऐसा हो गया था मेरे साथ. But उसके बाद मैंने देहरादून जब मैं गया कोविड काइंड फिर जब देहरादून में रहा तो दैट काइंड हम्बल्ड मी डाउन कि यार यू डोंट नीड दिस मच ड्रामा एंड दिस मच नॉइज.
Yes, I was coming to that. I feel like you isolate yourself there because also living in big cities sometimes desensitizes you to a lot of things.
100%.
Maybe is that an advantage of being in a small city? 100%. Like you are just more in touch with, I don't know, real things.
Yes. वहाँ पे यार challenges अलग हैं. और देहरादून जैसी जगह पे मैं ना वहाँ रह के भी मैं वहाँ रह नहीं पाता. मतलब माई मॉम इज हमेशा कि भाई घर तो आ जा.
Oh, really?
हाँ, क्योंकि वहाँ पे भी I have friends and then we jam and we go into sessions every day, right? और यहाँ मैं travel करता ही हूँ, मतलब बहुत ही ज़्यादा करता हूँ. So एक महीने में on an average I'm 10 दिन घर पे हूँ, देहरादून में हूँ. But as soon as I'm free, I'm booking my flight back to Dehradun. Like मैं देहरादून जाता हूँ, वहाँ पे you write different. You live because challenges are different. वहाँ मेरी मॉम मेरे को बोलती कि जाना दूध लेके आ करूँ. You want to live that.
We all have to do that. All
So you have to live that. And in Delhi, Bombay, it's more about क्या पहनूं, कहाँ जाऊँ, क्या खाऊं.
Yes.
उसके अलावा आप कुछ नहीं सोचते. तो मैं यहाँ रहा हूँ 1-1.5 साल, पर मुझको इस शहर ने ज़्यादा कुछ, इन शहरों ने कुछ दिया नहीं. मेरे सर पे और चढ़ गए थे. मेरे को लगता था कि यार अब हम ही हैं जो हैं, मतलब I have to.
I'm always right. I have karma. So why did you? And this is just another question that is very random, but I want to know. Did getting a dog change you in any way?
Change me 110%.
Yeah. How? I want to know.
So October 7th. I met Akash, मेरा बचपन का दोस्त है. Oh, what a story, man. Well, Akash मेरा.
Tell us.
I have met like Akash के साथ मेरे Akash is like a guy. You know मैंने जो गाड़ी की फोटो डाली उसमें एक थर्ड फोटो में एक अगली लुकिंग गाय है, वो मेरा दोस्त है. मैंने ऐसे करके.
So mean, yeah.
But yeah, I told him कि यार I need to get a dog because I was. Abhishek was actually not in Dehradun.
Wait, you need to get a dog. What was the need?
ये वही बोल रहा हूँ मैं कि अभिषेक was not in Dehradun. And then mom used to sleep at like 8-9. मैं रात भर जागता हूँ. And then अब क्या करूँ? I have made songs. The album was there. अब कुछ करना नहीं है. And then I used to miss people. You know, like so much. I went through a phase in my life where I was just missing, and I was like, oh, how helpless can someone be? You know. So getting him changed this whole thing completely. Like he came in my life. So मैं लेने गया था. There was a black American pitbull जो पुरको ना प्यूमा जैसा लगता था, right? And इसके ना थोड़े legs में problem थी, right?
Yeah.
And मैंने ऐसे किया था दोनों को, because उसको कोई भाव ही नहीं दे रहा है, वो छोटा सा है और यहाँ पे सब खेल रहे हैं और सब वो वहाँ पड़े हैं. तो मैंने उससे पूछा कि यार इसका क्या सीन है. उसने बोला कि यार ये तो इसके थोड़े डिफॉर्म्ड ऐसे ऐसे है और इसका तो मैंने आप क्या करोगे. तो ये सब देखते हैं एट सो मेनी थिंग्स ना.
No, that means yeah.
So I was like यार ठीक हो सकता है. उसने कहा हाँ भैया हो सकता है ये वो. I was like okay, so I just did this ऐसे, and then वो चल के आ गया धीरे धीरे अपने पैरों से ना. सो या आई टुक हिम एंड देन उसको इलाज कराया. वो 3 महीने तक उसे पाइप्स पे था ऐसे. नाउ ही रन्स विद मी ऑन अ स्कूटी, यू नो.
So sweet.
मैं स्कूटी पे भगाता हूँ उसको, मैं खोल देता हूँ और ही जस्ट हैविंग अ जर्नी long.
So does it I was surprised because you already are like, you know, the man of the house. You already have responsibilities, and then you become a parent to a dog.
To a dog, yeah.
So I was just like, was that a very I want to be responsible for one more life form kind of thing? Like,
no, I am responsible for a lot of life forms.
Yeah, exactly.
But getting a dog is
a joy.
Yeah, it's a joy. I love dogs. I love loyalty, you know. You understand? That's the reason I don't like cats that much.
Now we're talking. Okay. You don't like cats.
I don't like cats because they are not loyal. You know, they eat their owner if they die. And there's an episode, a documentary I've seen.
Okay.
The dogs actually. Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. No, good. So I want to talk about in Ek Se Teis, how you started and the things you were talking about. That was one of your first releases also, right?
One of my first, yeah. The first one, rap karte hain.
Yeah.
And we dropped, a few more and then Ek Se Teis.
And then, yeah. So it was in the early part, and I feel like that song is what really got people to connect with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Because
yes.
also the things you were saying and who you were and baal aise the or aisa.
Yeah.
It was very, and now people like have memorized it, and there's
It's an
little
anthem
kids
kind of
who
thing. Yeah. They do it. They perform it in farewell and colleges and schools now.
I've seen those. You share those clips. How does it feel?
It's crazy. Of course it's crazy.
It's the cult of the introverts.
Yeah.
Something that's like related to that. Yeah, I love it.
So yeah, they just do it and it's fun. See, when I entered this scene, right?
Yeah.
I was doing like मैं देहरादून में कर रहा था, dropping एक दो गाने, मस्तक पे दस्तक अगर मैं आ रहा, I drop.
Yeah.
So when जब कलमकार में आया, when I got signed and everything, so I used to have this thing कि okay, दिल्ली में already बहुत सारे rappers हैं जो अच्छा कर रहे हैं, उस वक्त अच्छा कर रहे थे, है ना? So I was like, will they accept me because the writing is different.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
The writing is actually very different. And they've been doing great and they are doing great. So उनका already वहाँ पे fan base है. And me coming from Dehradun and claiming that कि okay, I'm also, just, and it's the first track and my achievement is one day 1K. Like एक दिन मेरे गाने पे 1000 views आए थे on my own channel. I was like super. I feel like I'm like made it, man. What do you need? So उसके बाद to write, but I got to know that I just when I drop rap करते हैं, it's a simple line. It's rap करते हैं.
Yeah.
So that connected.
Yeah.
And same thing worked with एक से 23. I just started saying that पहले बाल खड़े नहीं थे मेरे.
Yeah.
It's no hello, I'm back, I'm gonna do this or nothing. It's just a story and then people. And I like telling stories.
Yeah.
Like that's one of my strong zone as well. And then I love doing that because that's the reason I rap for. That's the real reason.
So then, from that person that you were talking about in that song, and then you getting signed, you moving to the city, and then of course in your sort of journey after that, we saw a very real-time transformation of karma that was happening. Not just like in terms of what you wore or how you looked, it was your body language, it was the things you started talking about. And I feel like, does all of that, let's talk about the external stuff, does all the iconography, like the streetwear, the sneakers, the whole like thing that you said, you see in the big cities more. Does that really matter? Like how much of that matters to you as an artist, and how much of that was your, small town boy learning the ways of the big city, and how much of that was just okay, I am a rapper now, I have to do this?
नहीं, ऐसी कोई चीज़ ही नहीं है जो मेरे को ये करवा दे कि I have to now. ऐसा तो है ही नहीं.
Okay.
इसीलिए मैं आर्टिस्ट बना.
Okay.
फ्रीडम चाहिए. ऐसा कुछ है नहीं कि you have to do this.
No.
I have to तो फिर नहीं हो पाएगा.
Like playing a role kind of thing. I mean.
No, I feel that. See, it's a flex because जो भी कपड़े इतने महंगे पहन रहा है, हम जूते इतने महंगे पहन रहे हैं ना, उसके दो तरीके होते हैं, दो रीज़न है. एक तो है कि चलो ठीक है जी, आपने यू आर हैविंग अ गुड लाइफ, बट उसका एक और, बिकॉज नोबडी इमेजिन इट लाइक 3 लाख की जैकेट एक टाइम पे फॉर लाइक जहाँ से मैं आता हूँ वहाँ पे इट्स लाइक क्या है 50,000 का जूता, यू अंडरस्टैंड, 1 लाख के जूते, और लाइक यार क्या है, बट देन व्हेन यू मेक मनी एंड देन यू आर एबल टू बाय इट, then it's a flex to पहला तो yourself के लिए कि okay, I can wear it. But then एक टाइम वो आया था कि I was just, वो भी बात है कि मैं सिर्फ उसके पीछे भाग रहा था. I was collecting, I was like, क्योंकि क्या होता है ना, जब आप छोटे से शहर से बड़े शहर में जाते हो and then you attend some parties. I'm not into parties though. After those 2 parties.
So put off by 2 parties. I love it.
Yeah, but when you, आप जब दिल्ली बॉम्बे जाते हो तो यहाँ पे इतना ज़्यादा ये कल्चर है that people talk about it and then you do, पहले तो मुझको पता नहीं होता था.
Talk about what you're wearing.
Shoes and brands and you know. Yeah. Of course they do. Okay, this is a good shoe, man. This is an 86 something, right? And I'm like, the fuck, it's a comfortable shoe. Yeah. You know, so some people do it for that, and now I read about it because I love to read. Not on the books though, like on the article thingy. You scroll and then you and because it actually helps you. Algorithm भी अच्छी होती है ना आपके पूरे
right.
अच्छे suggestions आते हैं if you read good things on internet.
Right.
So yeah,
it's for the feed.
Yeah, for the feed. So yeah, but now I follow it a bit, but it's not essential. पर ये एक गलत चीज भी नहीं है यार, अगर मैं until unless मैं फेक नहीं पहन रहा, अगर मैं इसलिए नहीं पहन रहा कि देखो जी, it's good. I mean,
no, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, you've earned the money, so spend it how you want, and I feel like it also probably provides motivation, no?
Yeah.
To your fans, like, okay, I also want to get there one day.
Exactly, yaar.
Okay. As long as you don't get lost in it and obsessed with it.
पागल नहीं हो जाना इसमें कि you have to have it, otherwise दुनिया का अंत है. I've seen people waiting कि नहीं यार यही चाहिए, नहीं हो पाएगा, getting depressed out of it, and that's like weird, to be honest. But you do it to tell your fans कि भैया हमने करा, आप भी कर सकते हो, just be on the right path, ये सही रखो, ये सही रखो.
Okay. So you've also got this tag of, king of rhyme schemes among many tags. I want to know how you, like, do you take these seriously, or you're like, okay, ye ho gaya, tag up, next tag he aayega, wait and watch.
It's not like, you see, it's like I'm not chasing the tags, but the thing is that when someone say that, okay, मेरे को अगर आपने मेरी तारीफ करी है ना, तो फिर मैं उसको एज अ ड्यूटी रख लेता हूँ कि अब मैं इससे नीचे तो नहीं जा सकता. अगर तूने मेरे को उस पेडिस्टल पे बैठा दिया है, तो मैं उससे नीचे तो नहीं जाऊंगा भाई तेरी आंखों में. So I'm going to be best in every track. So I don't own it like कि, but I know कि rhyme schemes and everything, the mind works differently. I feel that बहुत सारे artists जो मेरे साथ sessions में है, producers, engineers, they say that अब तुम beat अलग सुनता है तू. We don't get the pockets, the way you start flowing on the beat. It's like we don't imagine anybody doing that in terms of like तूने कर दिया तो now it's good, मतलब अच्छा ठीक है कर सकते हैं, but like we don't imagine that pocket picking. And then rhyme scheme is all about how you dictate things, because sometimes it does not. Sometimes, for example, LOC track में I do this 16 bar rhyme scheme where I start with किसी की बेटी and then starts with something जो कि उससे rhyme नहीं होता कि ठीक है, but the way you say it, किसी की बेटी की deep sexy physique भी ठीक थी, so it's like the way you say it and then you put it in, that's you know it when you write.
So that evolves.
Yeah, that evolves.
And you work on those things consciously.
Yes. Now I try not to overdo it.
Okay.
Yeah, because समटाइम इट्स लाइक मैं ऐसे वर्सेस लिखता हूँ जो सब कुछ सबसे राइम हो रहा होता है, एंड जब उसको मैं 2 बार सुनता हूँ तो इट्स टू मच ऑफ राइम्स, एंड देन आई डोंट वांट टू डू इट इन एवरी अदर ट्रैक. दैट्स व्हाई, बिकॉज आई कैन गो लाइक फकिंग कितना भी, तो उसमें क्या है कि आई ट्राई टू थोड़ा बैलेंस इट अ बिट नाउ.
सो when you're an artist and you're starting out, then I'm sure you know this, there's a lot of hunger, right? It's almost like the hunger at your starting point is almost unmatched in its fervor or passion, if you want to call it that. And then I've seen many artists कि वो with time थोड़ा fade होता है और फिर वो spurts में कम ज़्यादा होता रहता है. Right now you're at like a whole new phase. Or you have been this past year. At what level is your hunger right now?
Oh, it's what would you say? Much. It's very it's very weird to even say कि जी मैं तो बहुत hungry हूँ और मेरे पास तो अब देखो मैं क्या करूँगा, It's like very weird to say, but of course that mindset is actually this mindset I have developed is a very dangerous mindset. Okay. Sometimes I talk to myself, okay, how are you gonna so it's saying कि भैया मेरे में हंगर बहुत है. हंगर इसलिए भी है क्योंकि इसके अलावा मुझे कुछ आता ही नहीं. अपने पास कोई प्लान भी नहीं है, यही है, यही अच्छा करता हूँ, यही करूँगा.
यही करना है.
Because I know I have थोड़े बहुत skills. I love to cook, but I don't want to cook for people. You understand? I want to rap. There's a difference. So yeah, I mean that hunger, and of course when you have so much to achieve, so you run.
So is it more if you look back than when you started out now?
Yeah, it's more. Because apparently the numbers I used to imagine, I got those numbers. So now to sustain that, it's extra hard because there's so much talent coming out every day, and sometimes I feel कि यार this is like how somebody is gonna cope up with that, because अभी क्या हो रहा है कि every day is a new track and someone likes some other shit, you know. So to sustain that you have to have that hunger. You cannot say कि हो गया जी, या हमने तो, मुझे पता है, तुम्हें पता है मैं क्या करता था अपने टाइम पे, like I'm not that guy, you know? It's gonna be like the same hunger.
So that's what I'm like very focused on when I try to understand artists, is there's so many struggles, not just personal, professional, like this, like you can't rest even though you get there. You can't rest. There's a whole other level of fears or things that are constantly on your mind. What is the most difficult thing you feel about this life path for you?
To choose the right person, actually, you know, it's very hard. Because
choose the right person.
Right person to have right friends. You cannot.
Wait. You said person and now you're saying friends.
Yeah, I mean
love interest.
No. The person means like I'll tell you how. See, when you जब आपके पास, आप जब चमकते हो ना, तो there are so many people try to have that shine. Okay, या मेरा दोस्त है, या मेरा भाई है, या मेरा बॉयफ्रेंड है, या आई टॉक टू हिम और वट एवर, राइट. सो इट्स रियली हार्ड बिकॉज आपका आधा दिमाग, आर्टिस्ट एक ऐसी जॉब है कि वो 9 to 5 नहीं है, बट इट्स लाइक 24/7. राइट नाउ आई एम थिंकिंग ऑफ राइमिंग समथिंग टू समथिंग. No, it's a thing. You cannot stop it.
Never stops.
Yeah, it never stops. So आपका आधा दिमाग वहीं है, सारी एनर्जी वहीं है. So somebody comes in your life, you let them in. दोस्त भी हो सकता है, कोई भी हो सकता है, and then you give them priority, and then eventually you find out कि okay, this was not, ये मेरे साथ इसलिए नहीं थे. So that's very hard, and actually that वो खराब करता है चीज़ें. बाकी सब मैनेज हो जाता है. You be great, you have people around you. मुझे अकाउंट्स का कुछ भी नहीं आता, बट मेरे अकाउंट सॉर्टेड हैं भाई. So बाकी
सब okay, so you're saying finding the real people around you is the hardest thing in this.
Yeah, because they will say anything. Yeah.
Wow, that's really sad.
Yeah. And you eventually, it's not sad though. It's a challenge. I take it as a challenge.
Really?
Sadness नहीं है ये कि मतलब आपकी जीवन तो बड़े बेचारे हैं आर्टिस्ट.
हाँ नहीं, but I'm just saying कि फिर आप लोग आपके friends बन जाते हैं, या you know they.
But it's a challenge.
Then you're like okay.
It's a challenge यार. अगर कोई आपका मतलब कोई आपका काट के जा रहा है तो आपकी भी गलती है उसमें. So you have to go through it. Yeah, and that's why I can count my friends on fingers.
Okay.
इतना ही zone है.
Okay, we're gonna pin this and we're gonna come back to it.
Yeah.
But okay, like there are some lines that I noted from your songs. पता था रैप करना जहर का प्याला है, पूरा प्याला पिया, अब हूँ पूरा टॉक्सिक. Right?
Yeah.
Then you said टूटा है दिल वो झूठा था प्यार, तभी हो रूड और बार्स है हार्ड. Then लेक सीखा दुनिया इतनी भी हसीन नहीं, तभी ईगो तभी रूड तभी मीन. Right?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of these lines, मैं घुस गया बेकार के व्यापार में, a lot of these lines are telling me that you're feeling jaded after all these years in the industry.
Yeah.
Am I right? Like,
see,
talk to me about that.
Blueprint of this industry is actually not for a real artist. I'm gonna tell you that, because ना यहाँ पे the blueprint is very it's different, you know. And then life, luckily I'm very sane. I'm a sane guy. I'm a happy guy. Like मुझे खुश रहता हूँ मैं. मुझे खुशी पसंद है. I've met these guys, Lost Films के साथ काम किया, खुश, मनिल के साथ खुश, सब खुश हैं मेरे आसपास. Because and उसके अलावा मैं कुछ और फील नहीं करता हूँ इस चीज़ में यार. इंडस्ट्री इज इंडस्ट्री, बट देन इफ़ यू कट द, अगर आप बीच के बंदे काट दो और यू आर जस्ट टॉकिंग टू योर फैंस, तो उसके बीच में कोई भी नहीं है. तो आप बस I don't really want to talk about this industry part, because ये ना it's like I feel कि as real as you get, it's challenging for you, because someone is not liking this somewhere. You understand? I'm trying to say, because there are big people, and as an artist you sometimes आप hack बता देते हो audience को कि भाई ऐसे करना हो जाएगा तेरा भी. They're like fuck, ये कैसे बोल सकता है, ये कैसे कर सकता है ये. So you can't be real in this. And I take this as a challenge. For example, a song, I don't know, IDK, that song I made that उसको डालने का रीजन ही ये था कि somebody was arguing with me कि भैया एल्गोरिदम ही होता है जो होता है, और इसके अलावा तो टैलेंट तो कुछ होता नहीं, फैन बेस कुछ होता नहीं, आपका कुछ नहीं होता. तो आई टोल्ड हिम कि यार एल्गोरिदम तो ठीक है बिकॉज आप उस प्लेटफॉर्म पे डाल रहे हो. सो दिस इज ऑल दिस फीडिंग कि भैया इस टाइम पे डालो तो इतने व्यूज आ जाएंगे, और ऐसा नहीं है. सो आई ड्रॉप दैट सॉन्ग एट 3 AM इन द मॉर्निंग विदाउट एनीथिंग. आई वाज लाइक ये लो, राइट. And he was like, आपने गाना खराब किया है, और it's not gonna make an impact or whatever, but it did.
It did,
yeah. मेरे को shows पे लोग, मैं उस गाने को ट्रैक लिस्ट में डालता नहीं था. Because I'm like, okay, nobody wanna hear this freestyle of 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And about some girl I met. But yeah, they chant like, I don't know, play that thing. So yeah, it's not about, it's just you, and in the end it's just the talent and the fan and the artist. बाकी सब तो दिखावा ही है.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
You seem to have wisened up in many ways.
Yeah.
है ना?
Yeah,
So,
life.
and it's good because now you're not on your own, but you're kind of like, and I don't want to ask you why and all of that because that's obviously very personal to you. But after you left Kalamkaar, what was your, like, how did you feel? That's all I want to know. Like, what were you going through? Because I think your fans want to know. Don't talk about anything you don't want to talk about. But what were you feeling?
Of course, I mean, leaving a family hurts, and it's not like I've left them.
Yeah.
So I talk to them. We share memes and we talk not almost, but yeah, we talk. I know that they're doing fine. They know I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
And of course, I miss them. I miss being with them because it was a great time, man. To be really honest, I know that they miss me because they tell the same thing.
Yeah.
And I miss them too.
Yeah.
Because I tell them the same thing. And yeah, I know that वो झूठ नहीं बोल रहे हैं because yeah, that time was, we were not like artists साथ में रह रहे हैं और ऐसा नहीं था. It's like a family. And any allegation जो भी लोग बोल देते हैं बाहर जाके कि भैया मैं कलमकार ये वो, it's not true and it's not right as well as an artistry point of view. You cannot defame the organization or the platform who gave you the authority to speak. अगर वो ना हो तो कैसे बोलता? Understand? अगर वो तेरी लाइफ में ना आता था तो be thankful about that. People have been hearing and see, मैं सिर्फ यही बोलता हूँ. लोग बोलते हैं नहीं जी गलत हो गया, अच्छा हो गया. भाई सबके साथ होता है. You cannot just fucking bombard one day उठ के कि चलो जी आज ये कर देते हैं. Coming back to the question, I feel कि how I felt sad and I talked to them. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम बात नहीं करते. And yeah, I mean it's all Gucci. Yeah.
I like that. But you did sort of go into a space where you needed to isolate yourself for some time, right?
For 3 months.
Yeah. So I guess, and then you came back.
I was like a fresh property when I left Kalamkaar. So I was like a fresh thing on the market. Everybody wanted to have it. Like a good, nahi, I can't say that. But yeah, so
I'm sure, no, that's very believable.
Yeah.
Because no.
Yeah, it's like
I heard from people in the industry, we're trying to get in touch with Karma.
Yeah.
No one could reach you.
No one can reach me. That is the fucking flex.
That's your flex. I'm very happy. I like it. But so tell me, when you announced this whole thing, and I'm kind of just staying in the zone for a bit, when you announced that you're leaving, obviously, I don't know if you slept or you didn't sleep, but when you did sleep, and the first morning that you woke up and said, okay, I'm going to have to run this game a different way now. What was that morning like? Were there any thoughts?
That night was like, I'll tell you, it's not like कि I woke up and we parted ways. ऐसा नहीं है कि अचानक मैं उठा और मैंने बोला कि भैया अब मैं साथ या हम लोग अब साथ नहीं है. There's a process. There are reasons. There are good and bad reasons, है ना. But I was nothing but sad, of course, because coming back to the same point, artists are emotional, and then leaving is like leaving your home, you know.
Yeah.
And then, but you need to understand that you have to go out and get out there to be someone, and you cannot just I love these guys, to be really honest. You know, every time we talk, it's great, but I was sad, and every time people ask this thing to me, I'm sad. Yeah.
Were you feeling like you were too comfortable?
Oh yeah, कंफर्टेबल तो यार सी, आप जब एक लेबल में हो, आपको पता है कि आप गेम के 3 बढ़िया आर्टिस्ट हो. People don't want to fuck with you in means like they want to be on your for side, not in your against side, you know. And then you are having shows and you are having tracks and you are having everything, तो आप थोड़े comfortable भी हो जाते हो कि ठीक है यार, अब मेरे को 2 मिनट का गाना ही तो डालना है. I don't have to chase things in. So उससे भी भागने के लिए I was like, क्योंकि मेरे को ऐसा फील हो रहा था कि आर्टिस्ट्री इज थोड़ा सा
Suffer.
हाँ थोड़ा सा पीछे जा रही है. I'm not able to present what I wanna do because you have to be really free, and वही ना कि artists have to be free as fuck.
Yeah.
So, उसके लिए you have to, and ऐसा नहीं है, I'm not saying that there was restrictions or anything. I will not, of course, go there. Why, what, how? But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So, yeah.
Okay. So the thing is, before your exit, there were so many of your songs where you were taking subs and you were kind of doing things like saying things to people, and it felt like we don't know. And it felt like you were living up to that line which you said that मैं आज भी guard हूँ art का परिवार का and all of that.
Yeah.
But then your first actual beef, full-fledged, happened after you exited the Parivaar. So
Yeah.
I was like, in my head, I'm wondering like, what is happening? Like, he's replied? He's in this full-fledged thing now?
So see, I'll tell you, no. It's like rap is actually very competitive art.
Yes.
है ना, एक खेल है ये, sport है, and you have to be a better athlete in terms of outdo other people, है ना. So if the challenger is good enough for a reply, then anyone should do it. It keeps the salt, वो स्पाइसीनेस रहती है कल्चर में, ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ आप जी मास के लिए ही भाग रहे हो कि हम बस ट्रेन कैसे कर लें. यू अंडरस्टैंड? वो कल्चर इसी से उठा था.
Right.
एंड बाहर भी, यहाँ पे भी there were real things happening in hip hop. एंड अगर कोई भी, बहुत आर्टिस्ट ऐसे हैं जो कि एक सही और टैक्टिकल मूव भी है कि अगर मुझे कोई बड़ा आर्टिस्ट ही डिस करेगा या शॉट लेगा, देन आई विल रिप्लाई. छोटे वाला अगर अच्छा भी है, सो I feel that, and honestly, the reason ये नहीं है कि मैंने उन लोगों को रिप्लाई क्यों किया. I was irritated by that guy, bro.
Okay.
I was like, the fuck he thinks of himself. It was like I was it's like I have the power, but I'm not showing it. That does not mean I'll never show it.
Yeah.
And it was a statement as well, क्योंकि मेरे को लोग टारगेट कर रहे थे ये सोच के कि okay, he's not in good, अब क्या करेगा.
Yeah.
But they
I get it. So it was a perfect opportune moment. You got to get the knives out, sharpen them, flex your skills.
I was like, I'm gonna show him.
Exactly.
We were talking about Eid that day as well.
So and it was funny to me because when I first started listening to you, it was always whenever I had requests from your fans, it was always and comments about you. It was always Karma is the nice guy in the industry. No beef with anyone. Karma is amazing. He's nice. And then nice guy image suddenly changed ho gayi, and now this is just comments I'm telling you, other people's things. So I feel like it changed fans' perspective of you in probably a good way, because that's what the game is about.
So I'll tell you, fans fight for you.
Yeah.
असली में वही fight करते. If somebody is saying anything against me, तो वो fans ही हैं जो उसको जाके बोलेंगे और चीज़ें हद बढ़ती हैं, तो but then you cannot be like कि जी ठीक है मेरे fans संभाल लेंगे. Sometime you have to tell them कि the reason you're fighting is me and see what I can do. So they feel proud of us कि okay we backing up because वो back क्या करते हैं कि वो आएगा ना तो खत्म कर देगा. You understand?
हाँ, like our fighter has fight in him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to prove it.
Yeah.
कि, okay, you can do it. If somebody is going to diss me ki, like this, I'm not going to fucking reply to this. You know, I cannot do this. Like
I got my thumbnail.
Because it had to be.
Yeah.
कुछ तो हो मैं you know. Yeah. So इस चीज का कि तू बेकार है नहीं तू बेकार. I don't. It's not good. If you are talking about skills and everything, so yeah, get everything and come.
And your diss tracks also came very quickly. It was almost like एक दो दिन का.
Young English तो और जल्दी आता. I was traveling from Bombay to Ahmedabad, then Delhi, and then by road to Dehradun, and then मैं Dehradun पहुंचा 3 बजे, and then I wrote it because दिल्ली लैंड होने तक मैंने सुना नहीं था, and then मेरे को I was like okay I'm not gonna reply because this is some bullshit, right? But then he said something about pahad, right? And then my friends called me and they were like, who is this guy now? So then you know, so I was like okay. Then I made जब मैं 3 बजे रात को मैं देहरादून पहुंचा, अगर वो ट्रैवल ना होता तो 6 घंटे में निकाल देता. But yeah, it was just वो ट्रैवल था तो उसमें टाइम लगा, and then we shot the video and directed it, and then अगले दिन मेरे दादाजी की बरसी थी तो I had to, yeah, it was like a thing of 3 days of back and forth. Yeah.
So how quickly did you write it?
I wrote it in like 30 minutes max.
30 minutes?
Because हमें beat में time लग रहा था. Yeah.
अच्छा.
That's why it took time.
That's a flex right there. 30 minutes.
I write when I'm in the zone. I write really fast. I mean, you can ask the artists I work with. They're like, it's like you know this track, Tujhko kya fikar. I wrote it in like 2 minutes.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I'm here. Call says he'll tell you just 2 minutes.
Two?
Yeah, 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes.
120 seconds.
Yeah. Just like that. I was just writing it as it was in me. I was just writing and it complete. He was like, भाई पानी लाऊं क्या भर के? वो नीचे गया, कॉफी बनाने गया, और वो कोई था जो बना रहा था, वो आया ऊपर आया, वो लाइक भाई लिखा क्या? मैंने कहा चल भाई मुझको डब करना है 1 मिनट. He's like, what are you talking about?
Fascinating. This is incredible.
It's a zone.
Yeah.
Because the track is so good. You want to write. It's not 100% me. वो track भी अच्छा है, वो vibe भी है.
This I want to talk about when we talk about the creative process, because I just feel like I really like I thrive on trying to understand what happens when it just starts flowing. So, but this whole like beef side of you came out, and then of course it had started this other side of you, the romantic side of you came out, or the anti-romantic, let's say, came out before, but it still continued, right, after your exit. So there was a line that I really liked where you said rapping mein mujhko rage pasand hai, and then when the first time me and Shruti heard your romantic side and we saw that, we were like, what happened to him? Kya hua? So what? And then that romantic side and that sad Romeo emo boy side turned to angry or angst wala ex-boyfriend vibes.
Oh shit!
Turned to I'm a player. I have women around me all the time. What is happening here? Explain.
It's what you hear. I mean, it's life. I write true stuff. I mean, I write everything you hear is like true. So it's like
okay.
It's like you go through it. These are the phases, man. I mean, I'm not anti or against anyone, but I'm not a ex. What do you call? Do you call me ex something?
Angst wala ex-boyfriend.
No. It's not that. It's just that. When I'll be in love, I'll write about it.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm not in love, I'll not write about love. And there are some topics I wanna, because same people, I wanna talk about it, and there will be more. So if you,
I love it. Bring it on. No. Oh, please tell them.
Yeah, no.
There's more.
Yeah, of course. There is a. I'll end it soon though, for some time. But
और निचोड़ने का plan है.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just kidding. No, but in all seriousness, I want to know, like, okay, you went through a heartbreak.
How do you know that? I mean, I can.
Okay, this is hypothetically you went through a heartbreak, and then you went into isolation. You went back to Dehradun, and then all these songs came out. I'm genuinely asking in all seriousness, what was that process like for you? Because you say it's therapy to write songs that tell your story.
Lessons, 80s ke songs, and Lena Mera Naam I wrote in Delhi when I was going to Dehradun. Okay. The process is simple. You say whatever you feel like saying. It's not just the heartbreak stuff. It's anything, and because it's also my life is actually fans' life, because I mean fans, क्योंकि उनको they want to know everything, and the only medium I have is my songs. So if I'm going through a phase, I will write about it and it will come out. And surprisingly, these tracks works good on charts as well. I mean, you see Tujhko Kya Fikar, right? I mean, it's amazing.
Last I checked, it was number 19.
Yeah, it's now, I don't know, 17 something now. Duniya Makkar, where I never see myself singing, right? But I like to do it. Yeah. I like to sing now because I have found a sound which I want to pursue for some time, which is not just singing, but it's more real and more. I like that new school sound of me a bit, because I want to do it again. Like, the freedom is there. I want to do it, so I'll do it.
So this whole vulnerable side to you that you show in these songs now, more now. How much does your introvert side stop you, if at all, or you just unleash?
Rap, man, there is no boundaries.
It's no problem.
No problem at all. I say whatever I feel like. It's never something came in my mind and I was like, oh, I should not say it. It was always like, there's a reason it's so raw. It can be filtered. I can say the same line in a different way, but I can do that. But it's very raw because it is how it's supposed to be.
So do you feel like, and I feel like there's a lot of guys who don't express, which is a general sort of generalization to make, but it's true, guys don't find it easy to express or talk about emotions.
नहीं करने देती ना men को.
Exactly.
Men को express नहीं करने देती ना society. Like, अब जैसे कि मेरा दिल heartbreak गाने बना दिए ना, तो बेचारे का दिल टूटा है और कितना vulnerable.
That बेचारा word comes in.
Yeah. But in the end it's like नहीं यार. Men have challenges so much.
Yeah.
I know that because I've been doing it since a long time. Like ghar samalna is a challenge, and then you cannot be emotional and expressive and productive and the strong guy to carry everything on your shoulder. So it's phase. Sometimes I feel like okay, I can take anything. Sometimes I'm like, am I gonna make another day? You understand? So it's like, and so society चाहती नहीं है कि boys और men express करें चीजें. तो उनके लिए फिर वो जाता है कि नहीं. But there is a way of expressing, of course.
Yeah, but do you think that expressing your emotions is a weakness?
No, it's not.
You've reached that point where you understand that being vulnerable is actually, it takes more strength.
Complaining is a weakness.
Agreed.
You cannot complain about things. कि भाई तुम ही खराब थे और तुमने और तुम ही बुरे हो. You cannot just complain. That's a weakness. You're not awake. Be a bit woke and. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I like this because I think people need to know that that's where you're coming from. You're feeling like this is actually me being more courageous, right? When I'm writing this stuff and expressing myself. So good. And Tujhko Kya Fikar is, my God, the way it's picked up.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
So so there's this saying in Spanish, and translated means it takes more courage to love than to wage war, because we're too scared to make real connections, right? But when we want to go fight, we're like full guns blazing, we'll go right now.
100%.
So in this new phase, you waged war as well, and you did so much heartbreak stuff as well.
This guy is so strong.
Which one do you prefer? If I can ask you that.
I prefer rage. I don't want to go through that thing again.
Okay.
It's like so bad, so bad, so bad.
Yeah.
That you really self-doubt everything you have been doing. You know, it's like what is the sense ही नहीं बना रही ना कोई चीज़ है. So rage is good. Anybody want beef is good. You want to give me heartbreak? I'm sorry.
Really. My next question was what felt more difficult to do as an artist, but clearly it was that side. Yeah, it is.
It's because you know you have so much things to say and rage तो अंदर है ही, वो कभी कहीं जाएगी ही नहीं. I've seen, not me, like you know, as a rapper, if you talk about a rapper who जिसका pen game strong है ना, he will make sure that you suffer through his songs, and I do it when I want people to suffer through my songs, you know. And sometimes like a very funny thing, sometimes it's not, but you need to understand that जिसका pen game strong है वो उसके अंदर rage रहेगी ही रहेगी. And we come from a place जहाँ पे rap तो बाद में आया. We used to hit, you understand? Yeah, बहुत लड़ाकू जगह. ऐसे यार तालाब branch, if you know me, you know me.
Okay.
It's like crazy place, right? So violence is of course always an option. You get it?
What?
But
no, it's not.
I'm talking about the versus part, you know, the rage part and all.
Okay.
But yeah, but rage is good in songs as well as in life as well.
अच्छा, तो आपको अभी भी rage पसंद है. Very nice. So let's talk about the creative process. We kind of touched upon it in some of your earlier replies. In the documentary, and I keep going back to it because the visuals are too strong. You were writing paper to pen, and we could see the process in that video. It was awesome, and I like to ask everyone this: do you still use paper and pen? Do you still fill the notepads?
Now it's 30% paper and pen, but because right now when you travel a lot, so phone is actually comes, वो handy आ जाता है बहुत ज़्यादा, तो आप उस पे लिख लेते हो. But the feel is on the paper.
Really?
Yeah. When you write, when you actually write something, and it makes you feel that you mean it. I wrote on a paper, you know. It's a thing, like it's you encrypted that. Yeah. You know, it's your manuscript kind of thing हो जाता है, you understand?
Yeah.
So and then it's texts are just texts. आपने format बना लिया, PDF है. It's good to save files as well, but when you write on a paper as a writer, it helps. You can, आपको ना याद रहता है कि इस word पे कैसा emotion आना चाहिए, because you have wrote it.
Yes.
Understand? And then you don't, आप भूलते भी नहीं हो.
Yeah. I know this thing, when I used to study in school, I used to write everything I needed to remember, because once I wrote it, I would never forget it.
Exactly.
That happens when you're...
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah. But वो life में कई बार phone handy आता है, कि अब कहीं नहीं है pen और paper तो भाई तो.
और मैंने ये भी सुना है कि वो फिर computer पे या phone पे edit करना आसान होता है, paper पे you have to cut.
No, but that's fun. That's the beauty of it.
I think so as well.
Yeah. I have songs जो कि उसमें वो zero काटा हो और उसके ऊपर कुछ लिखा हो, that it tells a story that how either it's very clean, so it means like it was on your chest.
It was flowing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if it's so much इस पे लिख रखा है और कटा हुआ है, it's an art.
Yeah. You can frame it. Exactly. Yeah, and then you can like NFTs बना लो उसके. Anyway, so that's exactly what I was wondering. Like, you said earlier that मैंने 2 मिनट में वो तुझको क्या फिकर लिख दिया. And you sometimes don't realize कैसे गाना बन गया. So how is it for you? Does that happen more often, where it's like an easy flowing like stream of creative consciousness that takes over you, or is it more often laborious and you're...
For me the process is very different per song, and मेरे साथ क्या होता है, phase आता है जब मैं बिल्कुल नहीं लिखता. जब मैं लिखता ही नहीं हूँ,
मतलब पर्पस नहीं या कुछ आता नहीं है?
पर्पस नहीं. मुझे अगर लिखने का मन भी है तो I will not write, I will just play games, I will go out, I will play something, I will play video games, I will have fun there and there. जान के I like to get it more into me, you understand? And then when वो phase आता है when I write, and when I write then I'm doing songs after songs after songs after songs, and it's coming out as natural as possible because it was all in. I don't have to find a line. You understand? कि, oh, I have to. Okay, मैंने ये बोल दिया, अब क्या बोलूं? So it's.
So you're like collecting.
Yeah.
वो भर रहा है और फिर वो निकलता है.
Yeah.
Interesting. No, because a lot of creative people say that they're so scared to lose the idea or the thought that as soon as they feel it coming, they scramble for a paper and pen. They don't want to lose it because it'll go.
No. For me, it does not work. First of all, if I like the idea, it will still it will stay with me. If मैंने अगर वो इजाद कर लिया वो line या वो compo, so it will stay with me. I can go back to the studio 2 दिन बाद भी and I can do it. हाँ ये होता है कि okay मैंने वो word क्या बोला था, okay ये word better हो सकता है तो मैंने वो change कर दिया या जो भी है या flow change कर दिया. But the idea, the blueprint or the base of the song, वो concrete रहता है मेरे दिमाग. I write fast because this is the reason I write fast. I don't मुझको ढूंढना नहीं पड़ता ना topics और चीजें to touch. I know what to say. I know where to hit, what to say on which track. क्योंकि I've been absorbing, and I'm talking about the writing part, you know. And
so when you say absorbing, you mean you've been absorbing life.
Yeah.
Living life.
Everything.
Just noticing things, keeping them in you, feeling them.
Yeah. It helps because you gotta be आपको बहुत अच्छा observer बनना पड़ेगा to be a good writer, because you have to observe and write and then make you feel make the audience feel the same way, you know. How will you know that this thing is black if I don't observe it and tell you it's black? You understand? So it's like that, and the process is अब तो ऐसा है कि it's very easy to crack new flows, but it's very hard to keep it simple sometimes. You understand? Yeah, it's hard for me to keep it really simple.
Yes, I've heard this. Making things simple is actually difficult.
Yeah.
So you face that as well. Interesting.
अदर या तो वो एकदम आ जाती है. Like some of my songs just सारी रात. 80s के song came when I was मैं कहीं पे था, and then
why are you laughing? Is there a story?
सारी रात की compo was बहुत funny थी. I was on a call with someone and I was मैं beats कहीं और चल रही थी and I was on a call with a friend, right? And then वो मेरा दोस्त था और हम लोग बहुत अनसन बातें कर रहे थे, and then I started freestyling, but like वाहियात चीजें.
Okay.
In the same fucking compo. but then मेरे को feel हुआ कि okay, this is a good compo. Like okay, I'm gonna make a song out of it. But 80s के song, it just came to me like that. The verse came first. That बैठा था मैं दोस्तों के साथ. It just came. Deep sent me that beat for a different track.
Oh.
He's like, you are in that, because that time I was zone में था मैं, and he sent me a beat. He was like, भाई इस पे जाएगी, and then I was like, nah. And then when he heard, he's like, भाई क्या है? Like so good. I bombed it maybe 100 times. It's one of my favorite track of mine because it's something I never thought कि मैं कर पाऊँगा और मैंने वो किया था. It's like a
personal challenge sort of.
Yeah.
Personal achievement almost. Very nice. So you've never I feel, and what you just said, art is about, it's an expression of experiences and observations. So what do you do when you fail to find inspiration? Have you ever had those phases?
Of course, because मैं block बोलता है लोग ब्लॉक आ गया, मैं उस पर अब जाके बिलीव नहीं करता, क्योंकि मेरे को भी लोगों ने बोल के ये फील करवाया था कि ओके ब्लॉक चलता है, लोगों का ब्लॉक चलता है, यू नो. बट व्हेन इट्स जस्ट दैट कि इन ऑर्डर टू फाइंड इंस्पिरेशन यू गोटा मूव एंड यू गोटा टॉक टू योरसेल्फ. यू गोटा मूव, यू हैव टू मूव, यू नो. And
inspiration comes to motion.
Yes,
I've heard this.
Yes. You have to move and you have to see things, and of course, as long as you are doing that in the right way, you will always have inspiration. And then if your life is not boring, non-challenging life is a boring life.
I agree.
Understand?
Yeah.
अगर आपकी लाइफ बोरिंग है तो फिर आपके पास कोई वो नहीं है. You will just and then I will like मुझे दुख होता है उस गाने सुन के क्या. If there is no, but yeah, on the same page, when you have a challenging life and you actually make something out of it, then it's a flex, and then you talk about it.
So you're saying keep like creating challenges for yourself so that your life stays in motion, and through that motion your inspiration will come on its own.
You don't have to create challenges. No. Life will do it. This
okay.
will do it for you. Don't be like कि अब ये
challenge दे दो please. Okay.
Yeah, it will have happen.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not just saying challenges only, but just in general. Because a lot of people say like when I feel uninspired, then I just go and do something else. I'll go do gardening for some time, or I'll go trekking, or I'll just stay in motion. Okay.
Like long स्कूटी राइड्स जो चलती हैं 3-3 घंटे, वो भी रात को. मतलब I'll tell you, having a scooty, helmet, AirPods, and then just going off अपना सैंसदारा साइड और मालदेवता साइड. Sometimes people see, sometimes they don't, and I'm just वो हमारे वहाँ पहाड़ हैं बहुत सारे, तो वहाँ पे आप एक्चुअली अपने आप से जाके बैठ सकते हो. और रोड इतनी अच्छी है. अब मैं सुबह 4 बजे भी जाता हूँ तो 7 बजे तक घूम के अकेला स्कूटी पे. आई लाइक टू हैव, मेरे को 2 व्हीलर्स का ज़्यादा शौक है क्योंकि गाड़ी कभी थी नहीं हम पे, तो वो एक्सपीरियंस कभी था नहीं. नाउ आई हैव गॉट वन. चलानी नहीं. द फर्स्ट कार आई ड्राइव इन नहीं द फर्स्ट कार आई ड्रोव वाज इन सारी इट वाज अ लैम्बोर्गिनी.
That's the first car you drove?
Yeah.
That's a flex.
Yeah.
That's probably a flex.
It's a story. The guy was like, "आपको चलानी आती है?" I'm like, "Of course." And then he was like, मैंने कहा सीधी रोड है बस तुम मुझे ये बता दे. He was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, ये कैसे चलता है? वो उसने बोला आपको आती है? उनका हाँ. But then yeah, coming back to the same point that I always wanted to be कि मैं अपनी लूँगा तब सीखूँगा.
हाँ. Okay. That's nice.
Yeah, I don't want to be like कि जी. Of course मेरे दोस्त हैं, बड़े गाड़ियाँ हैं, options हैं. I could have, but nah, I didn't want to have and I wanted to have a big one क्योंकि I'm a 6 feet guy, so मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि मैं माचिस की डिब्बी में बैठा हूँ.
I feel you.
So yeah, inspiration is the scooty rides are best, and momos, man.
And momos.
Yeah.
Momos are opening up your creative channels.
Yeah, they're opening
Secret.
up. If it's spicy,
Try
then
momos.
it's open up a lot. But yeah. Dehradun is a good place to be if you're an artist.
Okay, yeah.
It's like Dehradun tourism. आइए कभी Dehradun.
They should pay you. Okay, amazing. So when you're like, how do I put this? I have to phrase this in a good way. So when you're done writing a song, you say that you write songs to tell your story. That's the whole intent. That's why you started. So when you're done writing the songs, those lyrics are sitting in front of you. Before you record them, or before the track is even made, mastered, anything, do you like look at them and just think about how does it feel to have said this? Finally, it's on paper.
Actually, no. If it's there, so I will have to say it. That's my thing. Like I do not rewrite things in a way where I feel, some artists, what they do, they will send you a verse, and then you give them a verse, and they're like, oh fuck, you have done better than me. So I need to rewrite, or I need to get him off the track, or I need to add one more. I'm not at all insecure about
those kind of things.
Those kind of things. So if it's on the paper, it was on my mind. It should be on the track. It should be out there. That's the zeal.
Okay.
It upsets a lot of people sometimes. And people ये भी सोचते हैं लोग कि भाई ये जान के कर रहा है या फिर attack mood पे ही है. But this is just my lifestyle. I am like this.
You are on attack mode.
Attack mode means like I am. The approach is just like that. कि okay, you have to छीनना पड़ेगा ना.
Oh.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna serve you the thing. You get it? In that way, the mindset is different.
Okay.
So the writing is different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just attack mode, chhinna padega. The things you're saying, it's making me feel like you are constantly the Vivek I saw in the documentary, the guy. and today, there's a much more competitive guy who's got to defend his spot.
Yeah, as I told you, as you said, the tags they say, this and that, So I don't know when they started, मुझे कब बोलना start किया, but I know the time when मुझे पता चलने लगा कि okay, if अगर rhyme schemes की बात होती है, so they put me on the first place. Flows की बात होती है, तो there are things, right? So in order to sustain that, you have to work really hard, because everyone who's doing good is working twice as hard,
It's about who outworks.
Yeah. And everybody, और ये ना मेरे में ही नहीं है यार, ये हर एक उस रैपर में होगा जो गेम में सिर्फ फिनेस अचीव करने के लिए ही है. It's just you have to be the best out there. In my case, I don't have anything else. मुझे और कुछ आता नहीं है, मुझे और कुछ करना नहीं है. There's one thing I do. I wanted to do it. मैं इसलिए करना चाहता था क्योंकि I wanted to be free. I don't like why in my life and no's in terms of like कि अगर आपको if I want to do something, I'm not talking about bizarre things, I'm talking about some things, right? Like let's say right now if I want to drop a track, I want to drop a track right now, so it should be right now, so no algorithm or no label deal or no distribution deal should come in between, because it's me and my song, it's my property. I want to fuck it up, let's fuck it up. It's my property, So yeah, that's the thing.
Interesting you say that, because Lil Sims said it's in an interview. She was like, I understand there are marketing and release strategies and all those things in place, but where does that leave an artist who has a lot to say?
Exactly. Now you tell me one thing. If I am feeling something in June, okay, the algorithm say कि अच्छा जी आप पहले इसका ऐसा करिए, फिर मेरे को एक महीने पहले दीजिए और आप फिर अगस्त में थोड़ी मुझे जून में बोलनी है वो बात, यू अंडरस्टैंड? एंड इवन इफ अगर मैं उसको एक पैकेज बना के अगस्त में बोल दूंगा तो पीपल विल बी लाइक व्हाई नाउ, इट्स बीन 2 months, you understand? But they don't know कि एक महीने से तो इंजेस्ट हो गया, you understand? So yeah, that's why I hate this and that's why I don't believe it in this thing. That's why I do bizarre things that sometimes surprise people कि okay, how can he do it? But फिर वो उस point पे आएगा कि okay, only he can do it. He can take these kind of risk. Having a song out in 3 a.m. and taking steps which are not industry standard steps have worked out. You know why? Because it's me, the song and the audience. बाकी सब तो by product है. They are there to help us, not to tell us
restrict
what to do.
you, and to hold you back. So tell me, they say that creativity is about making people feel things, right? Making yourself also feel things, because usually we're living life on a very surface level. So, and that's why when something really moves you, then you know it's like good art. For you, it's good art. So, but those kind of exhilarating moments, they rarely come when you're in control. You have to lose control at some point. So do you allow yourself to lose control when you're creating? You have to let go.
Yes. That process is magic. It's like, it's
Tell
magic.
Me about what
we do not, for example, I made this EP, right, which says, right, we did it in like 5 days. Because he produced very fast and I write very fast. So it was just done, and then we were just थोड़ा चीज़ें हटा रहे थे और ऐड कर रहे थे, हमने टाइम लिया, and then जब वो बन गई then we started promoting it कि अभी तो जी बन रही है. But I was having fun with him, अपना mix sessions and everything. So that whole process can be a documentary, that whole thing, because
so interesting.
when दो लोग मिलके एक ऐसा प्रोजेक्ट बना रहे हैं जो एक एंटिटी की आवाज साउंड लगे, you know, what me and him did on Eyes on the Prize is you will not, it's like a one entity sound, it's karma excess, it's not karma, it's not says, you know. So it's Karma Excess. So it's one entity. दो लोग का music नहीं है वो. It's like just one entity, and then they are doing it, and came out so beautiful. The process is so good that now I wanna go back to the same zone and produce more tracks with him.
Okay.
Because first of all, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. You know, people. I've been here. I heard things about him.
Okay.
You know, that was वो मेरे को उससे काम करने से रोकता था. But we met Dehradun में. He was there, and you know, and on a shoot he was there, and then I went to see him, and he's a great guy. He, of course, talent-wise, people know how he is. He's a very kind guy, and it's very rare to be kind. It takes a lot of challenges to be there. And same goes for Deep. This is the reason my projects are so good, because I work with the best people. Even the videos guys, these guys,
Yeah.
Manil, you know, they are the best.
So good.
In the best in the business.
Yeah.
The my back team, best people, best artists. You know, Krishna, Raftar, best people. My manager's best. Now the new team, best people. So it's when you work with the best people, it's the best product coming out. You know, it's not like I cannot have the same collab somebody's having. I don't see the X factor in him or her. You understand? So I will not have it. It should be the best, because I know that I'm the best you will get. You know, in terms of when you make songs. For example, when I used to make songs with Deep, right?
Yeah.
We used to talk like, ये तो anthem है ना? So I'll tell you, when we made rap करते हैं, so उस वक्त मुझको पता नहीं था कि ad-libs नाम की एक चीज़ होती है.
अच्छा.
And you have to DTs भी देनी पड़ती है and all that. I was very new to it because I just used to write and record, and
Yeah.
for me mix master was कि जी beat की आवाज़ कम करके vocal की बढ़ा दो. Seriously, कि अभी डब है तो अभी ये mix हो गया बस. Like that, it was just like that. ना मुझे पता चला. So Deep used to help me कि भाई you have to, and then when we did Karma Sutra, he said कि it's an anthem. You know, and then it turned out to be an anthem.
Yeah.
And then 1 से 23 के टाइम पे भी हम लोग बोले थे बेस लाइन डालें ना डालें, but then he is like nah, fuck it, let's not do the bass line. The track में bass line नहीं है, but कोई नहीं बोलता कि algorithm भी नहीं fit हुआ. Yeah, it's just how you wanna make song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it
Nice.
worked.
So you felt freest as an artist with these guys?
Yeah, and they felt the same. I mean, it's like, as I told you, that these guys are the best out there. You know, like Deep produces what he have to and says do the same thing. And the artist I have MYP में जितने collabs थे, वो सब उन artist के साथ थे जिनके साथ या तो मैं कभी करना चाहता था या मैं उनको same eye to eye देखता हूँ कि okay, they are good. For example, Shahrul and See Them All. These guys are crazy, and it's not like कि they are making noise now, so I have to उनकी तारीफ करनी पड़ेगी. They are best from the day one, and I feel, because when I was not doing things in Dehradun and दिल्ली, जब मैं start कर रहा था, and sorry, जब मैं आया, so the Raga, See Them All was the first underground people I heard, and then Nazy was one, and then I heard Divine from Bombay. So I was like, okay, these guys are doing it, because I had a 3110 phone, उसमें इंटरनेट नहीं था, तो मुझे पता नहीं होता कि कहाँ क्या चल रहा है. I was in my own world.
So you heard Raga and See Them All before Divine and Nazy?
Yeah, I heard Raga first because apparently I used to follow on Facebook Raftar bhai, Badshah bhai, and yeah, इन लोगों को मैं follow करता था. So एक दिन Raftar bhai shared a song saying कुछ अच्छा सुनो, and it was a Raga's track. Then I was like, okay, I need to hear it. And then I was in Agra, हम course कर रहा था मैं. Then I heard and I was like, okay, this is rap. You know, and then now तो मुझको realize हुआ, and then Badshah bhai said something about Divine in a tweet, or about Nazy as well, कि if you are following Indian hip hop, उसमें bunch of names थे, उसमें there was Divine, there was Nazy. So I was like, okay, now the mainstream artists are actually supporting it, so it's making a wave.
Legit. Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. So what year was this?
2016, 2015, something.
Wow. So there was no other way to find these people?
No, for me it was not.
Recommendations. Okay.
For me it was not. They were already out there, internet was there, but then आज के time पे video fly in a day. Like 1 day a million, you understand?
Yeah.
Or a reel पे 1 day a million, you understand?
Yeah.
But there was ये सब नहीं था.
Yeah.
YouTube पे भी मतलब for a rap song having 1 lakh views was actually a milestone.
Yeah.
Now they don't feel it on 100 million. You understand? But 1 lakh on a rap song was like, the fuck you made, bro.
Yeah. You made it.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
Yeah. And I've heard Krishna Bhai. I remember. I heard that I was in Gwalior and उनको एक वीडियो आई थी कलमकार से ही आई थी अब 2016-17 में आई थी मुझे नहीं पता था that we are gonna work साथ में. He's a great friend, like he's a great friend of mine. Like I know his side, which we are like so close, and it's crazy.
Which side?
Like the side he does not reveal much. As उसने उन्होंने आपके इंटरव्यू में भी कहा था ना कि he make bad jokes or pathetic jokes. But I can feel him laughing out loud on those jokes, so it makes me laugh. And I call him, I'm like, bro, this is so bad. Yeah. Bad reels. We share bad reels, like T3 kind of reels, like me, some people, some artists.
What is T3?
T3 means the bad
the
reels,
worst
like
level.
Yeah, the uncle ji, pani pila dijiye kind of reel.
Are you serious?
Yeah, non-informative.
Rappers भी ये reel share करते हैं.
Yeah, non-informative reels, to be honest. Yeah.
Hilarious.
But yeah, fun.
Okay, so you heard him also first time when you were.
Yeah. Him, Raga, Sidemod were the first one I heard, and I felt like okay, this is the same thing I want to do in terms of they were making good videos. They were actually having a concept. There was like a producer. Sez was the first guy I heard. जो Indian producer था उसके पास एक tag था, like Sez on the beat boy. It was a huge thing, and it was a time ahead of thing.
Yeah.
You know, and same goes for Krishna Bhai, and same goes for all these guys, Raga, and Sidemot, because they had this. You know, there are some artists you feel okay, it's gonna work for them because they have this X factor. When I used to hear these guys, I used to be like, okay, yeah, this is good. This is the league where I wanna, settle down. This is the league, not the other league.
You felt like you found your tribe.
Yeah, कि ये मेरे लोग हैं. You know, I'll be having a studio session with them. I'll enjoy it. That's the reason they were all on MYP, and Kam was not able to make it because he was going. Time नहीं था हमारे पास. We have to ingest the EP. So Encore के साथ I had one.
Okay.
Amazing people, man. Amazing. People. Everyone. Even Shah. He's a very बहुत पढ़ा लिखा artist है. He know what to do with his kicks and with his sound. The hooks. It's not like people can sing and they can crack compositions. But he knows how to treat that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a बहुत पढ़ा लिखा. He's a crazy guy, man.
So what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing is someone who is constantly learning and observing from everyone he meets.
Yeah.
In any way, producer, artist, anyone, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, what do you have to say for, jibes that people take at you for like copying flows or copying styles? In my mind, I feel like, it's your way of paying respect or, it's a culture thing.
Yeah.
But obviously there's others who will say negative things about it.
Yeah, they will, and it used to like bother me एक time पे कि what am I doing wrong? But then if you go back to my catalog, right, I have paid my tributes by redoing the videos of Eminem and
Yeah.
And because he have changed my life in a way where it's not the songs, of course, it's the story that moves me. Okay, if somebody like him can do it, and see, I had a phone, उसमें 7 गाने थे और उसमें 5 there was Not Afraid, Love the Way You Lie, Love the Way You Lie Part 2, Superman. And yeah, it was like all.
Remember?
Yeah, of course, because वही थे, वही Superman.
Oh,
And smack that.
Damn.
And then there was one more, one of Linkin Park.
Okay.
So I have मैंने उससे ही सीखा है to ride on a beat, and now I change it because now I feel that I have मेरे कुछ prove नहीं करना उस सब category of rap में, because they already see me कि okay, he can write bars and he's good in storytelling and he's good in rhyme scheme as people say. So I don't do it to prove things, it just happened. You know, and I have paid homage. So copying a flow is something, see, I'll tell you, and it's a fact, right? There was a bar I thought that, you know, something ki it's, and I swear on my EP, I swear on Duniya Makkar's progress, I swear on Tujhko Kya Fikar's progress, right? It's a true fact, right? There's a bar, एक मेरे दिमाग में, I was somewhere and मेरे दिमाग में बार आया कि I'll say to someone or I'll write this that तुम scene में hope हो and P silent है, you know, something like that.
Okay.
So it's like I'm calling them ho, right? So and I was like, wow, कितना अच्छा आ रहा है, like so good, right? Small छोटी खुशियाँ, right? You're a genius move, right?
Yes.
And
joy.
Luckily I did not, मैंने लिखा नहीं, ओ सॉरी, मैंने उसे आउट नहीं किया क्योंकि कई बार वो दिमाग से हट गया, कई बार मैंने सोचा कि नहीं अभी नहीं डालूंगा, इट्स अ गुड बार, आई विल डू इट समवेयर एल्स, राइट?
Okay.
One day I am somewhere and I hear this track, and then it's a J. Cole's track, and he say her last name is Hope but the P is silent, and I was like, मेरे को ऐसा रिलीफ मिला ना कि थैंक गॉड मैंने ये लिखा नहीं, एंड मुझे नहीं पता कि उसने
scared कि वो shit.
So it's like sometimes you think the same way, you know? It's not like I am depend कि भाई मैं तो, you know, it's weird. And I have मैंने इतना सुना भी है कि मुझे पता translation is different. When you translate something, it's different. And when some people say it because they feel like it, और कुछ लोग इसलिए बोलते हैं because it's cool. It's cool to
take jibes at all.
It's cool. It's just cool कि अगर मैं ये बोलूँगा तो शायद मुझे ज़्यादा टेंशन मिल रहा है instead of saying कि अच्छा है. And you know.
अच्छा.
It's weird.
It's weird. But what do you do when you see something like that online? What is your reaction? You just laugh.
Yeah, I laugh.
Or you get angry or like what happens?
नहीं. If it's stupid, then I laugh. And if it's a fault at my end, then I'm like, okay, this should never be done. Because sometimes I cannot see, अगर ये हो जाता, ये hope और P silent वाली बात अगर हो जाती ना, तो no matter मैं कितनी बार बोल दूँ कि जी मैंने भी सोचा था, मैंने नहीं copy किया, it's never gonna justify. But out तो yeah, I mean,
people believe what they want to believe,
yeah,
right? Yeah. So tell me about. Some artists say that when there's a lack of pressure, there's no pressure, then they produce amazing music. It just comes out. Do you feel that because there's more pressure now at this point in your career?
If it's जितना ज़्यादा pressure, उतना ज़्यादा अच्छा काम.
Oh really?
Is my way of doing.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm बहुत it's like if let's see if I have a homework. Means like if I have
a deadline
of a brand deal, or a brand thing, right? So अगर मेरे को 9 तारीख को देना है तो मैं 8 तारीख की सुबह सोचता हूँ कि okay, what can be done?
You're a last minute person.
Yeah, because that pressure is actually what keeps me going. I need to get it done, and then I need everyone in my team on the toes. अब ये कर रहे हैं, अब नहीं आराम 2 दिन बैक एंड फोर्थ होगा, चीजें होंगी, सब कुछ होगा, दैट्स कंप्लीटेड इन 2 days.
पर वो रिलैक्स्ड वे में एक हफ्ते में नहीं हो सकता है, वो नहीं आएगा.
नहीं होगा.
अच्छा. Interesting. So then tell me about brand deals. You've done quite a few now.
It's good.
How do you work on
It's good because it's financially वो आपको of course uplift करती है, and I don't really feel how they work, to be really honest.
मतलब?
The brand, like if you like my song, no.
Yeah.
If you like my sound, you
Yeah.
pay me for my sound. I make you a track for your product or for your campaign or whatever it is, and ठीक है, that's it. That should be it, ना? You coming to me and I feel that सबका एक bracket होता है कि हमें ऐसी sound चाहिए, ऐसा गाना चाहिए for brands, which is good because they feel that इस तरह का आर्टिस्ट ही इस तरह का प्रोडक्ट हमारे लिए निकाल सकता है. They have team and everyone, right? But sometime when not with me, because मैं उस पोजीशन पे भी हूँ जहाँ मैं उनको बोल सकता हूँ कि यार I want to do it, so you figure it out. और ठीक है, 50% yours, 50% mine. But some artists have been not doing brand deals because they actually choke you. Some like them, some don't.
Yeah, I would imagine it restricts your creativity to a large extent, because you have to work in a framework.
You cannot make a track which is as good in pen game or as good for a brand, because they are not willing to put that much of interest in your words. They just need your face, and they just need a simple track to vibe on to support their campaign. But yeah, if they don't hold back, maybe a great fucking track, and maybe it's also viral, and maybe it's great, so it's good for them as well, no? But yeah.
Okay, interesting. So okay, let's talk about you as a as someone who is part of a team. Are you, what would you say about us? You say that you talk to yourself and you analyze your own like actions and things quite often. Do you think you're easy to work with?
Oh,
for others?
I am great,
especially
guy.
In the studio.
Yeah, I'm a great guy to work with.
I'm a great guy.
I mean, I feel everyone have been saying this to me, and see, this is the reason whoever जिसने भी मेरे साथ काम किया है in terms of business deal, brand deals, songs, videos, they want to do one more and then one more and then one more, because it's just art. Okay. It's not, with me it's not business. Business के लिए team है, Abhishek है, you know, everyone is there. But for me it's just art, and it's fun, and it's love. I take care of my people really good, and they take care of me as well. And yeah, even with Deep says it's fun. If it's not fun, I'll not be there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. But my thing is, do you are you stubborn? Are you like, nahi mujhe aise hi chahiye?
Yeah.
And are you not open to feedback in the room? Are you, you know, and are you like, once you have your artistic direction, then you are just stuck on that? And does that make
sense? If I have complete confidence about the sound and the song and the words, then I will not hear anything about it. But if I have 0.001% doubt, then I will be like, okay, you tell me, and then you say कि अच्छा ये खराब है. Then I will be like, better क्या है? Tell me. How it can be, not the words, like sometimes I feel like I should add more bars to it, sometimes I'm like I should do, so for that I have people, and of course it's a project, so अकेले आदमी के साथ अगर दो आदमी होंगे तो it will be, अगर आप input ले रहे हो तो it's going to be good. Stubborn तो मैं नहीं हूँ, but if I like it, then there is no power in this universe जो ये बोल देगी ये नहीं होगा. If I do it, sometimes me and Deep used to do, even says मैंने भी किया है, we used to, the things we do have been doing. स्वागत है में भी एक दो breaks ऐसे हैं जो कि theoretically सही नहीं है.
Right. Okay.
वो जो theories books में जो 4 बार पे ही break आना चाहिए, वो नहीं है, किसी पे third पे है, कहीं पे कहीं है. So एंड मुझे प्रोड्यूसर ये भी बोलते हैं कि भाई ऐसा नहीं होता. I'm like तो करके तो देख ऐसा होता है, and then it works.
That's so strange. Why would anyone? Okay, because you like learn the rules, you master the rules, so you can break the rules, right? That's the whole point.
इस कानों को अच्छा लगना चाहिए. Books are different. कानों को अच्छा लगा तो it's good. That's it.
So is there any song then that you look back now and you think कि इसके स्टूडियो सेशन में ये बेटर हो सकता था, और आई शुड हैव टेकन दिस वंस फीडबैक फॉर दिस? ऐसा कोई गाना नहीं है. दे आर ऑल परफेक्ट द वे यू रिलीज देम.
दे आर ऑल गुड.
यू आर क्रिएटिवली सैटिस्फाइड 100%.
या क्वालिटी वाइज प्रॉब्लम्स ऊपर नीचे होता है, बट कंटेंट वाइज आई फील इट वाज ऑल गुड. क्वालिटी वाइज में ऑफ कोर्स जब जैसे जो मेरे पहले की ट्रैक्स हैं उसमें कई बार मेरे को लगता है कि आई शुड नॉट हैव शाउटेड, you know, this much,
like the delivery or
and कई बार लगता है, but of course the beats, the way I write it, everything is good.
Okay. And tell me, can you remember what was the most fun track to make in the studio, the most fun session?
Oh, there are so many, man. I mean, fun sessions.
And
The whole EP was fun. Narmahat was fun.
Okay.
This track was fun. It's fun. It's easy. So I mean, it's fun. And
I could see why Narmahat.
How I Met Your Mother was fun.
Why?
It's
Just
because that's how I met your mother. It's like it's fun because we were like there were so many people and हम लोग jam कर रहे थे and yeah, I just freestyled the first thing and it was fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What fun. Okay, so is there anything in your journey up tak that you have, looked back on and said, I could have done that a little differently? Because if you are able to pinpoint those moments, then that's very crucial to your growth also.
Yeah, of course, of course. I feel. See, सबसे पहली बात तो ये है कि what's the point of this कि भैया अगर ऐसा कर ले.
नहीं, it's not about regrets.
Yeah.
It's just about learning.
I feel that MYP की track listing should have been better.
Okay.
Because I saw that as a complete project, but then where I wanted Kala Bazaar and where it should have, it was perfect.
Yeah.
But Jaan bolti hai ki placement and all of that I should have thought. But मैं ये भी सोचता हूँ कि it was my first album and मुझको ज़्यादा experiment का शौक था instead of following the rules. तो उस way में वो better भी है.
Okay.
I feel that and then I feel that HHH को भी complete कर देना चाहिए था. I had like one more track, but then I felt like, but yeah, yही है. Otherwise, there is no regret or something I should change or redo. Everything just worked out and it's working out. I'm happy.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So there's one line, पैसा इज्जत आर्ट ठीक ठाक सा rapper सपना यही.
Yeah.
So has that sapna evolved now, and is there something more that you're manifesting in your life, Abhi? Yeah,
Yes,
Abhi bhi wohi
yes,
hai.
of course. No, of course. See, I'm very scared of not be able. अगर रैप में मैं हमेशा सबको यही बोलता हूँ कि सॉन्ग्स तो अपनी जगह हैं, बट आपकी अगर इज्जत नहीं है सीन में, तो यू आर नॉट अ लॉन्ग रन गाय. People need to follow you and your ideas and your story, right? So goals are still the same. Make money, get the fuck out. It's like, and then have respect, of course.
Make money and get out.
Yeah.
How much money do you have to make to get out?
So much money.
Do you have an exit number?
No, just make some from this and then get it and then invest that.
Acha.
Yeah, make money.
It.
That's it.
So I quickly want to talk now about Eyes on the Prize. We've already kind of talked about it. I just want to know, this is your first project since your exit from your label and stuff, and it's with Says.
Yeah.
Huge name.
Yeah.
So what was the starting point when you started working on it? Was it just, okay, Says and I are going to work together?
No.
Was there more to it?
So I did a track, it's called Hold Up.
Yeah.
Right, and the drums were like that. मेरे को feel हुआ कि यार Says ही है जो इसके लिए पैदा हुआ.
I like your head nod very much.
Okay. Because Says was, see, I love his music पहले से ही, और हमारी एक दो बार बात भी हुई थी, but उस ट्रैक के लिए भी कभी वो बिजी है, कभी मैं बिजी हूँ. So finally मैं उसके घर गया, and then I met him, and then we talked for like 6 hours without making anything. We were just talking about how industry have been changed and what can be done, what not, what sound to chase, what not to chase, and his experience. And he have lost his father as well. I have, so that connect was me too. So that connect was there as well. And then he takes care of his mom, but like the way I take care of my mom. He value bonds, relationships. So right, it's very rare these days to have these kind of people, right? And then. So yeah, and then I played him some tracks, and he played me some tracks and some beats as well. But then we did not touch anything which was pre-made in terms of the production and all.
Yeah.
I had some ideas, and उसके बाद Hold Up was the third track. I played him थोड़ा सा online का humming किया था.
Yeah.
He was like, "Bro, I'm gonna produce it." And अब मैं उसके घर 8 बजे गया और सुबह के 4 बज गए हैं बात करते करते. So now I'm thinking हम काम कब करेंगे, right? 4 बजे वो अपना पीसी खोलता है, and then उसका एक हाथ ऐसे कीबोर्ड पे है और ये माउस पे, and he's like doing tick tick, and all of a sudden the song is there. Yeah, it was crazy. He works like he's a maniac in this field.
4 बजे सुबह?
5 बजे.
What?
Yeah. So this process is a whole night process, yeah.
Interesting. So then when you started working on did you decide कि ये EP होगी? Or did it just flow while you guys were creating?
So I made then I made online, right?
Yeah.
So मुझको hold up तो करना ही था उसके साथ. Because hold up, the drums I knew that वो ही करेगा. That beat is actually the 50% groove, you know, of maybe 100% groove of that beat, right? And I knew वो Indian sound को own करता है.
Yeah.
In that way, right?
Right.
So he and me working, and then जब हमारे 3 track बन गए, तो we have more tracks coming though. Yeah. But on the same page, we made tracks, and then जो tracks एक soundscape में fit हो रहे थे, we compiled that as an EP, because that was a soundscape I wanted to go, because I really wanna have that lo-fi, singable, and still good pen game kind of vibe, because now I wanna do it. It makes me feel chill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those songs, the songs are in a very different zone from your previous stuff.
Yes.
So a lot of the feedback I've been seeing online is it's a slow. You need to marinate in this music for a while.
Exactly.
It'll grow on you.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
That was your intent.
It's not just see, it's not just कि आपने एक hard गाना बनाया और वो 15 दिन अच्छा लगा because people were nodding their head, and उसके बाद they are not, because the substance is gone. You understand? These kind of tracks, when you really express yourself, जब आप सीधी बातें भी बोलते हो, for example, वो मुझसे ज़्यादा प्यार, you know, it's a very simple line, and I feel like should have been better, but yeah, उसमें एक pocket तो थी, मैं पकड़ सकता था, but yeah, as the deadlines were there, but still people love it because it's new for them as well.
Right.
And I feel so proud because I was in a 50-50 ki, okay, am I gonna do it, you know. I told Sis कि यार इसको rap में कर देते हैं दुनिया मक्कार को, but then we decided कि nah, it's gonna be like that.
Okay.
We were supposed to add a rap part in that, but then I was like, nahin, it's gonna be like, it's raw vocals, not much. It's just I sang.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah.
Your singing on Dunya Makkar is just, I was very surprised.
Yeah.
The hook and even the humming and the whole like melody is it's almost haunting.
It's very haunting.
Yeah.
It's really haunting.
I love it. And it's the last I checked, 25, it's trending on the
Yeah,
charts.
right now it's on 20, I don't know, it's still trending, no bhai? Yeah.
How did you get into that singing mode?
I don't know, it's just your artistry flowing in different ऐसा कुछ सोच के स्टूडियो में नहीं जाना होता कि आज तो गाएंगे जी
आज गाना है तो रैप करेंगे
yeah
okay
it just
flowed
go with the flow, yeah.
You just went into the booth and you were like okay let's just
that was the third track I wrote with him because actually Sez and me were talking about this stuff
okay.
He was also talking about this stuff, how the world have been towards him, against him, for him, and I was doing the same things, and yeah, that should be out. That's the energy that is on that track, and it's really haunting. It's really haunting.
Yes.
That it's really haunting.
So good.
Yeah.
So then, tell me, where are you feeling like when you're writing the song, when you're in the booth, freestyling or trying different delivery styles or whatever? Or when you're performing it to a crowd who's singing along to it, what's your moment? What's the happiest?
Of course, the performing bit.
Really? On stage?
I think every artist wants to live for that. उतने ही time के लिए जीता आदमी.
Really?
Yeah, you do all of this just because I wanna look into my आँखों में देख के अपने fans के I wanna sing because they will sing it too.
They're singing back to you.
Yeah, so that expression is why you do this for. You know, everything comes. Piche, it's just you being on stage, and when you say jump, they jump. So it's that energy you feed off. So yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, now I remember in the documentary also you said, "Ki 100 log de do and give me a stage and give me a mic."
Yeah.
and that's all I need.
Yeah. Because I've been doing it. Everything I've been saying, I've been doing it. You know, I've been on the festivals जहाँ पे लोग नहीं जानते थे rap. मैं metal festivals में गया हूँ जहाँ पे सिर्फ एक ही बंदा rap कर रहा है. But still they appreciate it because it was good music.
Yeah.
It was not bad music.
Yeah.
So I know how to convert ears. I know how to move audience.
Interesting. So do you think your stage performance, your presence on stage and all of that has improved over time, or you were always amazing?
Performance is actually, with every show, with every performance, you learn new things and you find new things. You know.
Okay. What have you learned?
I've learned that when to jump, when not to. Yeah, I used to jump like a chimpanzee. Now I jump like a gorilla. Sometimes I stop, sometimes I not. But there was a different way. I used to, on the same page. When you do a lot of shows, you kinda feel how it's going to be. You, मतलब stage पे चढ़ने से पहले ना, you feel okay, it's gonna be a good show.
Oh really?
Yeah, if it's going to be a good show, you will feel it. I feel it every time I'm on a stage.
From the energy, the crowd.
Yeah.
Or the numbers. What is
Not the numbers, the energy.
The energy.
It can be 10 people. If they are really a hardcore fan, it's a hit show. It can be 100, it can be 100 लोग हो सकते हैं, but अगर वो 100 लोग सिर्फ तुम्हारे साथ vibe करने के लिए आए, so it's a good fucking show. And 20,000 dead people are just 20,000 dead people. You know? So yeah.
Okay, nice. So what's your favorite track on the EP? And favorite, easiest to make and most difficult to complete?
The easiest was No Cocaine.
Oh.
The favorite, I like Panthis and I like Dunia Makkar, so they like tie.
Okay.
I mean, it's my EP, so I like everything.
But you're easily choosing between your children. I like it.
Because, see, it's a new sound, no? So
Yeah.
Panthis I like and Dunia Makkar I like. Easiest, क्या बोला? कौन सा? Easiest to make.
No Cocaine, you said. Difficult. Most difficult
to complete.
Yeah, most difficult.
Difficult to complete तो नहीं, but then of course I had a doubt for खेलने की चीज.
Okay.
But then apparently everyone loved it because बाहर आने से पहले भी people loved it, the team loved it, and मैंने जिसको भी सुनाया they loved it because it was fresh, it's new, and yeah, so it was hard to complete तो नहीं था, but yeah, it was just thing. Yeah.
Achha. You said something like I'm way too cocky, I'm way too humble.
Yeah.
Please explain this dichotomy to me. What is happening here?
So see, I'm way too cocky means like I can really mess you up in your head and in so many aspects.
Okay.
And then being humble means like I'm aware what to do, what not to do, and then it's not a cocky, it's not a day-to-day cockiness.
Okay.
You know, so either I'm way too cocky, either I'm way too humble. It's like that. Beach का ऐसा कुछ नहीं. It's very black and white.
It depends सामने कौन है.
Yeah.
अच्छा.
Yeah. And then where am I and what am I doing actually?
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so this is a bit of a philosophical one, but a lot of artists think of themselves as people who give birth to art, right? But it's actually said that art is giving birth to the artist, because every time you make something, you become a new person after creating that thing. A new you is sort of born. So I want to know, who were you when you finished making MYP? And who are you today when you finish making Eyes on the Prize?
When I finished making MYP, I was just a kid who was experimenting, and I wanted to drop an album because I wanted मेरा body of work बाहर आ जाए. You know. Of course, I had a purpose for MYP because I wanted to tell everyone that, see, I'm here. You know. To make Eyes on the Prize is a different statement, because after so many challenges, this year was a roller coaster. Like I was like, at lowest points at so many times, and then of course I had to tell myself, ki, okay, showtime. Every day I have to tell myself, okay, showtime. It's nothing. It's gonna, you know. So, and I'm not saying in terms of ki I had doubt in my heart. It's just the things and mind was not in a right place. After completing, on the prize, I felt it's gonna make a dent on the scene, because they never saw it coming, because it was it's not what I do. I usually do, but when I do it, in terms of number as well, in terms of cred as well, when you calculate a project. So yeah, it's a success, and it's right where I want it to be right now, and it's going upwards. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Nice. When you announced MYP, there was a story you told about a shooting star, and that was a sign for you that your dad is watching and he's proud. So I thought that was a very beautiful moment. So I want to know if you still or have always believed in signs, and if yes, then what are the signs telling you now at this point?
First of all, as I told you, that angel number 33, I always see it.
That's a sign.
I always see it, 33, right? And now I don't look for signs. I just look for opportunities and I grab them. To be honest, it's done. The sign thing is done. To be honest.
Really?
Yeah. It's just I need to create opportunities now. I can't wait for a sign to tell me what to do next. I have to go out and dig more.
Okay, that's like karma grew up. I like it. So I want to ask you, your videos, quickly I want to talk about them because they're hilarious. And International was amazing. Google Pay. There's so many, I can't even remember all of them now. You've seen the reactions. Do you work on the concept yourself?
It's 50-50.
Okay.
I get the guys, and for example, these guys, I had if we talk about international, right? I have seen Lost Films works. मैंने उनका काम देखा था. And really want to try out talented people. And as we were talking off camera as well, it's about the intent. So these guys have great intent. Same goes for Manil. They have great intent, The people, जिन लोगों के पास intent नहीं था, they are not working anymore.
Right.
You need to understand. Good people will work with good people. Even it's for 10,000 ज़्यादा या 10,000 कम. You need to understand, right? And when it comes to videos, yes, जब आप गाना बनाते हो, as an artist आपको पता होता है इसके visuals कैसे होंगे, कैसा सोचोगे, कैसा sometimes you know everything. And sometimes you don't. You get a team to talk it out. But yeah, out of 100 videos, if hypothetically 80 are my thing, like I have directed or talked it out, ki I need this, and then of course kudos to the team who do it as apt as I want it. Because if they don't do it, the idea does not make sense. Ideas can be anything. So execution makes a lot of sense. So yeah,
working with the right people is key. So what did you do to become so confident in front of the camera now? Because the karma from before, from gangsters video, let's say, to now, very different human.
You grow every day, I feel, and I have fun now. See, I feel that I don't have to do anything for the sake of just doing it. I just have fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're like chill.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Chill. Yeah, let's do this, and If I don't want to do it, I'll not do it. And if I want to do it, let's have fun doing it, no?
तो कुछ particular किया नहीं कि rehearse करा या फिर
अजी rehearse का time
के सामने I don't know.
rehearse नहीं होता, rehearse नहीं करते.
Okay.
rehearse करना होता तो ये interview में rehearse करते हैं.
I know. I'm just saying like कभी like in front of the mirror you've not.
Never ever.
Okay. Okay.
वो तो
so it's just come.
Yeah. कई बार खराब performances भी रही है, as you said about the gangster one, but but a good performance भी रही है, as you said about the Narmahat one, and so it's you learn.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. And what is it with the eating all the time on camera? Like, what is it with that? Are you Brad Pitt?
It's the character that comes out when I eat.
It's just okay. It brings out that guy in you. I like it. It's your trademark.
Yeah, it's a trademark now. People feel.
Okay, now before we end, I wanna also ask you, what do you think of, like, how do you react to my and Shruti's reactions?
Oh, I love you guys, to be honest. That's the reason
Really?
मैं उड़ के आया. To be really honest, I told my team and I was like, I need to get this done because you are very few of people. I felt कि okay, I'm gonna talk to her or them and I'll be comfortable talking about stuff because सबसे important बात, you guys know what you talk. है ना, तो वो बहुत जरूरी है.
I'm just winging it.
Yeah, some थोड़ी चीजें हैं.
I know.
Reaction channel आएगा and I'll be doing that same. And yeah, but नहीं, it's all
no,
fun.
I'm not asking you to praise me. I'm honestly saying, like, when you
it's
see our feedback, does it help? Does it make you think about things?
Yeah, feedback should help.
Huh.
So every artist should take feedback and improve. For example, अगर कोई ढंग का बंदा feedback देगा तो of course I'll take it seriously. ऐसे वैसे को तो यार पहुंचते ही नहीं है यहाँ तक.
Okay, good. So now some quick ones. They're not exactly okay. I don't know. Try and be as quick as you can with them. Who or what is your weakness, and who or what is your strength?
Who and what is my weakness?
Yeah.
A family is a weakness and family is a strength.
Okay. Riding off of that, what do you believe today, is love a source of strength or weakness?
It's a weakness, man. It's weakness. It's weak as fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
This is romantic love I'm talking about.
Whatever love.
Is a weakness,
it's
not strength at all. Okay, interesting. What is your biggest USP according to you?
Taking risks.
Taking risks.
Yeah, and being very secure. I'm not an insecure guy.
Nice. What do you have zero patience for?
The songs and the money. Like, yeah.
Okay. What annoys you most about the industry? Ek cheez bol.
There are a few things, but yeah, we have covered them. So I'll just go with some artists annoy me so much, man. But it's okay. They're good. They're alive, so it's good.
Hilarious. Okay, which song of yours do you personally keep on loop?
Right now it's Pantis, and I really don't hear. अभी ज़्यादा सुनता नहीं हूँ मैं अपने गाने, to be really honest, because आपने इतना सुन चुके होते हो, आपने लिखा है, सब कुछ किया है, तो उसके बाद अगर आ जाता है तो yeah, Pantis is good. I like नरमाहट is good. I was like कैसे लिखा यार?
I'm so good. How do I do it? So 1 second, before the next question, how do you do the sarcasm that you do? Like, is that just you? Like, is this natural? That's how you are in real life?
इसका कोर्स होता है.
It's my favorite.
मैं आपको लिंक भेज दूँगा. इसका कोर्स.
Acha, very nice. Okay, which song took you the longest time to write?
The longest?
Yeah.
अगर आप बीच में प्रोसेस में छोड़ दो तो ऑफ कोर्स यार आई डोंट रियली रिमेंबर व्हिच सॉन्ग द लॉन्गेस्ट मे बी लेना मेरा नाम बिकॉज़ आई हैड टू कीप इट वेरी सिंपल यू नो या इट वाज वेरी सिंगेबल थिंग आई हैड टू रीराइट एंड देन then rewrite then again so yeah, it took some time but not much time but yeah comparatively.
Like you said, keeping it simple is difficult.
Yeah.
है ना? Okay. Which artist or song are you vibing the most to lately?
मैं आजकल सुन रहा हूँ Big L and then sometime I go to this J. Cole and Drake radio where they are, yeah, so it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any personal favorites in Indian hip hop right now?
I mean, taking names is, I mean, I'm friends with everyone and they are doing great. So,
Okay.
Personal favorite वाला ऐसा कुछ
Song.
नहीं है. Favorite song? Yeah. अरे यार, I really like Raftar's Proud.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great storytelling and being on that level and saying those things, having that weight is really good. So yeah, I love that track.
Okay. What's a guilty pleasure you have?
So many guilty pleasures I have.
T3 memes.
No.
Then?
I have guilty pleasure. It's very hard to choose when there are so many because I'm like.
Just pick the funniest
But
one.
yeah, I like to eat midnight, and then during the I will stop
All food.
the process. I'll stop writing. I'll stop the session to eat, and then it goes.
We did actually stop the session.
Yeah, so I feel that वो थोड़ा सा काम को रोकता है, but yeah, you eat.
Okay, interesting. This is my last question. What was the last time you felt deeply, truly happy and content and peaceful?
It's very weird to say, but it's been a long time. Yeah, I have achieved some things, so whenever I see my family happy and people around me they are proud and happy, so of course it gives you happiness. But that happy thing, I feel I've seen so many losses in my life that I don't know. There is a constant thing in my head, so yeah.
Constant thing in your head,
Yeah. But it means like, see, happiness is very subjective, किस चीज से खुशी मिल रही है is a different thing. So, but yeah, the last time I was happy when I bought the car and my mom was able to, I don't know how to drive it, but I've learned now. तो थोड़ा बहुत चलाता हूँ.
License नहीं मिला?
License था मेरे पास पहले से.
Oh.
But yeah.
अच्छा.
Yeah, I mean.
सीख लिया आप लेकिन, right? Please don't go and bang the car.
नहीं. मैं वैसे भी रात को ही चलाता हूँ. दिन के लिए we have a guy जो आता है और अगर माँ को कहीं जाना होता है तो ले जाता है और अगर मुझे कहीं जाना होता है तो ले जाता है. But रात को पहाड़ों क्योंकि मेरा पहाड़ वाला इलाका है तो मैं रात को लेके निकलता हूँ. It's fun. It's really fun. I know how to drive it.
Okay. Will not be going on a drive with you at any point. Note to self. Okay, that's it. We're done. But I just want to end with asking you what is next from Karma.
I'm making music, that's for sure. But just dropped an EP, so we are planning. We have some things going on, and I'm really excited to announce some things. Have been doing back and forth with some brands as well, so that's going to be out. And of course, there are 2 tracks I'm really excited to be out. They will be out really soon. And yeah, I mean,
before the year ends?
Probably yes. Okay. And apart from that, yeah, there are of course deals, shows, and so much to look forward.
So you're happy, you're in a happy place?
Yeah,
creatively,
I'm
personally?
Peace. It's like peace, very good.
Okay. On that note, thank you so much
thank you
for making this happen. You made it happen.
I made a lot of things happen, but this one too.
Yay, loved it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.